Hello, everybody. Is anybody here yet? Maybe? No? Let's see if I can get everybody to come join me. Okay. Let's see if anybody will come say hi. Hey, what's up, Peter? How are you? Sorry, I was sending a message to everybody, let them know that I was on right now because I just realized I don't think I actually told anybody. So I mean, I put that thing up this morning, but that was about it. So anyways, I hope you're doing good. Hope you got some sleep since we talked this morning. So I hope you're feeling all right. Uh, yeah, I got some fun stuff to show whenever we get some people here, and also basically wanted to talk about some other stuff. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, basically me too. I got done with Matcha's photo book editing, which took a really long time, but I got that done. Right now I'm working on Miho's birthday live poster because it needs done. And oh, actually, that reminds me. I gotta tell Miho I need something from her for that. Thank you for reminding me without really reminding me, because I kind of reminded myself there, but I guess I wouldn't have done that if I wasn't talking to you right now about it. So I hope everything's going good though. Um, hold on. Good morning. Can I receive a photo of the friend? Okay, send that. Oh, what's up, Michelle? How are you? Good to see you, man. Good to have you here. Very, very happy to see you. And Peter's here. Peter's awesome. He's from America. Peter's a very nice guy. Sometimes he's really weird, and I never know what he's really thinking. No, I'm just kidding. Peter's awesome. Um, no complaints or worries with him ever. I hope you're doing well in Germany. What time is it in Germany right now? Is it late? I'm not really sure what time it is. I know in America it's got to be pretty early, actually. But here, can I tease the cover? Well, I would, accept. I don't know how I would do that. It's on my computer. I don't have it. I don't have a physical copy. Oh, ohayo gozaimasu. In Japanese, we say good morning. The Japanese people would say that. As an American, I just say, "Yo, what's up? Good morning." um, yeah, I would love to tease it. I will say this. Wow, good evening. Uh, it's pretty late for you. Um, Actually, for me, 2 a.m. is like my prime working hours. It's like when I do the most work. No, but Matcha Latte's photo book cover, it's a pretty wacky image of her with something in her hair that I decided to put in that shouldn't be there, and stuff on her hands that shouldn't be there, and her doing something with a phone that she shouldn't be doing, and all of that sounds really bad out of context. But it's just very it's one of the best images I thought. So oh yeah, I guess I could do that, right? Oh, give me 1 second. Sometimes the simplest answer, right? Hold on, let me see if I can find. The only thing is though, the cover is not going to be the cover we're going to use. It's going to be changed up. So you're seeing an older version of it, not something that will be kind of used for it. Because I basically had to redo the whole thing. All right, let me get. All right, are you ready? Okay, ready? Here it is. You can't see it, right? Because it's of the glare, I think. There you can kind of see it. You might recognize that cover because it's one of the images being used on my Idol Underworld website because I just love that image so much that I decided to use a variation of it. So, but also I didn't want to give away anything that's actually in the book because there's so much crazy stuff in the book. So it is definitely a teaser, yes. Oh, you're on vacation. Wonderful. Michelle, that's great. Please enjoy your day today. I'm glad you could spend a little bit of it with me and everyone else who will show up. That's so kind of you. So really, 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 really thank you. Very cool. By the way, Michelle, did you get my Patreon message that I just sent with the link? Or did you just tune in because you read my Facebook post? Could you tell me? Because I'm very curious. I know why Peter's here because I told him earlier this morning that I'd be on, but and he reminded me because I almost forgot. But I just sent out a message on Patreon, and I'm never sure if people actually get that message or like how fast people get it because what it does it just stops on this. It looks like it's sending, but I don't know if it actually sent or not. So it's very confusing. Patreon for all the people that work there, all the creative innovation, they miss the simple things. There, which I guess in a way makes them very much like every other online thing. Oh, you got the Patreon message? Okay, so it did work. I mean, it's just weird because it doesn't let me know that it's sent. It just stops on the send page, and I don't did it send, and then I have to go check my inbox to see if it actually sent, which I just didn't. Yeah, I saw it, but isn't that weird? Like it's like you would think a company that big with all the millions of dollars they got, they would get something that simple, right? But nah. Why focus on simplicity when we can make it difficult? Unnecessarily so. Anyways. Oh, okay. You just got the email. Okay. Excellent. 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 Wonderful. Wonderful. I wonder if we will have anybody else coming in. Looks like it's just you guys. Well, I mean, if you got any. Oh, really, 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 really. Okay, good. So it was fast for you, but some other people maybe not so fast, I guess. Um, if, Michelle, is there any chance that do you have any questions or anything you want to talk about before like I really kind of get into my own all my stuff? I'm happy to field some questions right now. I'm trying to wait for some more people to show up. Although if it's just you guys, that's cool too. We'll go over a bunch of fun stuff. People can watch this later, I guess. Um, we have so many good announcements for the people that are going to be playing for Miho's birthday party, and I'm very or her birthday event. Very, very, very excited for it because it's definitely going to be a really fun time. It's definitely going to be really cool, really fun to do, and I'm really personally excited for it because we're playing with two groups that I never would have expected us to play with. So I'm very excited for that. So, and then also Mio has an old friend playing, and then an even older friend playing. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a really good time, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. You know how it's going. Oh, have you? Yeah, we were talking about my old band earlier, weren't we? And on Broken Wings and all those great bands. Any bands from the early 2000s really sticking out to you right now, Peter? Like anybody in particular, because I might have played with them or toured with them or something, or I might know them. I can tell you stories. I always have tons of stories about these groups that I play with. It's crazy. And of course, Michelle, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer anything, especially if it deals with Idol. It's really easy to talk about that stuff. And again, I'm just waiting a little bit before I want to get into why I wanted to do this and kind of go over stuff. You know what? Actually, too, let me post the message on Facebook as well, because all the Facebook peeps like to go there and Check this out. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Loftus. Oh, is the singer dead? Of course I know them. Loftus actually, I believe, played a show with us on, was it the Acacia Strain tour? And I remember my band really loved their music because they was just batshit insane, and it was exactly what we were all about. And I actually wanted to do stuff with Loftus. I didn't even know they were still around, or I don't know if they were around or whatever. But yeah, did he die? I don't remember the singer. I think I remember the guitar player, but I remember them giving us their CD and like wanting to do stuff with us. And we watched them and we're kind of blown away. It was like, holy shit, like this group's actually like, not too bad. So that would be interesting to see if that's the case. So let me throw that up here and just we'll open it up a little bit more. I'm on my monthly Patreon YouTube video because it's Christmas. I'm making it free for you guys. Join me. Ask some questions. Let's have some fun. Hold on, guys. Let me just get this all set up. Okay. All right. We'll see if that brings any more people. The singer died. Ah, I gotcha. I mean, yeah, drugs will do that. Unfortunately, it's never ending to me how tragic it is when especially musicians and artists, they end their life because drugs get out of hand. I mean, look, if you want to do drugs and that's your thing, you should be try to be responsible. But I don't know if responsibility and doing drugs goes in the same sentence ever. How many of you, I mean, I guess if you get addicted to anything, it's hard, and I have a lot of sympathy for people who fight that battle. I have family members that have fought that battle, and it's not an easy thing to experience or endure. And I think about the family members most of all and how it hurts them and how what they go through. It's difficult because you want to, you don't want to turn your back on somebody with addiction, but you also don't want to enable them, and you're always put in a bad position in that. So I mean, I've definitely lived with addiction my entire life through people that I love very much in my life. But it's also one of those things you gotta solve yourself, and if you don't want the help, you're never gonna get out of it, and you gotta want it. I was a counselor and I did addiction counseling. That was the last thing I ever did, and I walked out of that and eventually quit counseling because of the my stint doing addiction counseling because it was just so pointless. No, if I'm counseling somebody they don't want help, it's never gonna go anywhere. So Jesus, wow, that's horrible. I mean, sad, I guess. Horrible in a sad way, not horrible as in like he's a bad person. Wow, and much respect to the band members who had to endure that kind of behavior and everything. That's really, really, really hard. So extremely hard to deal with. And my heart goes out to his family and all the people he affected. I know he affected my band. We played with a lot of groups, a lot of local groups, and there was quite a few that definitely stood out, and they were one of them. So it's really sad to hear. Freddie, your question. Do I know Cassie? How's it? Cass 1E? No, I have no idea. We could talk about anything. This is my Patreon YouTube. It doesn't have to be about idols. It could be about whatever you guys want to talk about. I mean, you guys are only two here, so fuck it. Who cares? Also too, like it's fun to talk about this stuff because it's really nostalgic for me. And I like I told you this morning when I was talking to you, Christmas is a really big nostalgia time for me because it's my favorite thing ever. I remember one Christmas, I was really young, and there was this. Every Christmas Eve, my family tend to go all over aunts and uncles' houses, and we were out at somebody's relative's house. Came home very late. The Christmas tree was all lit up. It was dark in the apartment that me and my mom and my stepdad were living at, or whatever. The TV was on. There was some HBO show on. It was a cartoon. I remember laying down on the couch, falling asleep, and when I woke up, that cartoon was still on. But the difference was when I looked over at the tree, there were tons of gifts, and my stocking was all stuffed. And I was like, well, I was confused. I thought I didn't go to sleep. Like I just closed my eyes, and here I passed out and woke up at like 5 in the morning, and they were just rerunning the cartoon. And I remember it's one of my best and most vivid memories as a very young child. And I remember that because that year I got a whole bunch of Transformers, and like they were so much fun, and that there was so many gifts, it was unreal. And I just remember the joy I had of waking up in the morning and going to Christmas, and like there was just gifts everywhere. Like you just your mind gets blown. Yeah, but to answer your question, Freddie, I don't know this group. What are they like? Are they hardcore Hagashi? Are they anything else? I'd love to know more about that group. Yeah, I mean, I hold on to those memories. That's all I got right now. As you get older and older, that's what your life becomes, is a collection of memories. And some memories are more precious than others. Some you never want to think about again because they're not good memories. But I've been lucky in my life to have had a lot of great memories. I've had a lot of horrible things happen to me too. Horrible, horrific. But I've also had memories like I just said, where you wake up, you get all the toys you can possibly dream of. And that was back when my family was upper middle class, when we actually had money, before we became extremely poor and on food stamps and not doing good at all. That was a good time. It was when I actually felt like a human being instead of a rat just running a race, trying to find the next piece of food. But anyways, that's all depressing. Cassie is really cool. Oh, okay, you're saying that's a Michelle. Yeah, I don't know the group. Again, I'd love to know more about them. I mean, there's what, 10,000 idols in Tokyo alone or something, I think is the number, more or less. There's so many groups. It's so hard to keep track of them all. If I don't specifically see them at a show, or they're not playing with Miho, or they're not at a show that I'm checky staff, I don't keep up. I tend to stay away also from like whatever's sort of like the Gaijin flavor of the month groups, because those groups tend to be, I don't want to say big, but just a little out of my reach, a little out of even what I care about. Because I'm not saying I'm hipster, I'm like edgelord, and like I only like stuff that like nobody will ever hear. But I do tend to like a lot of these groups that would never see the light of day if I didn't even talk about them, or you guys didn't talk about them. Um, I don't know. So some of those groups are making the most interesting music to me. But that's not to say that the bigger groups everybody knows aren't also making interesting music. It's just I've already seen those groups. I know what they're all about. I know what to expect. It's kind of nice to be surprised by a group you've never heard, like the group you just mentioned. I'd love to run in and be like, "Oh shit, I just heard somebody was just talking about you guys, and your music's great." And then next thing I know, maybe I'll like them, I work with them, I become their staff. I mean, it happens just like that. Or sometimes it could take years, or it could take never, like it never happens. For me, the idol journey is always a very up and down process. It's never straight. Oh, Mad Jamie. See, I'm not a big fan of Mad Jamie at all. I was there at their second or third show at Rokumeikon, but that was a while ago. So I mean, I'm sure they've improved drastically since then. I'm not saying they were bad. They were rough around the edges, as to be expected from a debut idol group. But I just felt like their music was a lot of what I've heard before. And again, not saying that's bad. They were good. I mean, I definitely encourage people to check them out. But it was also something that, for me personally, I don't think I would be into them if I was going to a show. But that's not to say a lot of people that don't like that kind of music wouldn't be. They have a certain sound, and if you like that sound, there's a lot of other groups that are doing that sound right now. You'll love them, and they have been getting a little bit of exposure. A lot of people have been getting into them recently, so that's cool. But yeah, I don't have any idea who this group is or what they're like. This Cassie or what, I don't know how you say their name. These fucking spellings. But I'm sure they're cool. If you think they're cool, I'm sure they're great. But lately I have been really into Molso American, because their leader Tsumiki is incredibly amazing on stage. She's got a wonderful presence. She's a very cool presence. I like reading her Twitter because it's just one of the craziest reads I've ever read from an idol. And then also she's very, very beautiful. She has like she does gravure stuff, and she has kind of the form I like with idols, like her body shape and all that. It's very much what I'm personally it personally appeals to me. So, and also their music is pretty good. It's like Juju, but a little bit more upbeat, if that makes sense. Like it has the vocal delivery is a kind of Juju level where it's very like monotone, but like aching. And then the music has a little bit of melancholy to it, but it's more EDM-ish. So Most American has been on my radar a lot. Miho's going to be playing with them quite a bit, actually, I think, coming up. And they play Akiba Colors all the time. So, like, that's where I've been running into them lately. So I've been into them a lot. I've been into a couple different groups, actually. Last night or 2 nights ago was the debut of Momo Paradise, which they were another group before. The group that they were before, one of the girls just went to Aphrodite. Her name is Pippi. That group, their leader's name is Momonchi, and Momonchi's really, really amazing as an idol. She's one of my favorites recently. And Momo Paradise, they are like a conglomeration of many different idol groups. Like for example, if you like Laywan, they got a song that's like right out of Laywan. Even like the way they do the verse, it's literally a Laywan verse. I mean, I almost when I first heard it, I thought they were covering Laywan. And then they also have certain songs that have this real like very Akihabara vibe. And then they also just have really cool dances. Like some of their dances, like you'll want to do the dances. Like Furikapi is like when the fans do the dancing with the idols. It's very much what makes an idol show different than another show, and it's they're one of those groups that you watch their one song and after like 20 seconds of seeing that song you're going to be doing the dance. Like it's very catchy, so they got a lot of promise. I don't know where they're headed musically. I hope they stay around. Mamunchi's too good of an idol to disappear. I thought they were done after Pippi went to Aphrodite, but they bounced right back, and good for them to do it. Korean alternative idol group, that's interesting. Exclamation point Den Cross. Hey, whatever floats your boat, right? I mean, I'll never understand it. I mean, I guess it's cool. It certainly looks cool on t-shirts. So if you can make a name that's like artwork, that's great. But me, I prefer to have something that's going to be found online fairly easily and not because you made a mistake typing on your keyboard, which that looks like. Accident. Where are they getting? Okay, whatever. They're missing the A. I could see. I guess that's just crazy. Okay. I mean, again, I guess if your goal is to be creative and you don't care about marketing, then yeah, that's wonderful, I guess. And it does look cool, admittedly, but I think at the same time, like, I don't know. I'm not really into names like that per se. I mean, again, if there's a reason for it, okay. But a lot of times the simplest names are usually the best names, because they're easy to be found and you can understand it. And really smart idol groups have names that are like really, you know, uh, they're names that you're gonna remember after hearing it once. Oh, how do you say it? Can you write it out how it's supposed to sound phonetically when your mind was blown? Tell me how you think it's supposed to be pronounced. I'm curious. You can write it out on the message board if you want. I'm very curious. Looks like it's just you guys today. Oh, interesting. Nobody's tapping in today, so it's all good. Maybe it's because it's too early, I guess, for a lot of people. It's very interesting. Yeah, it's Christine. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that was one I messed up too when I first very, 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 very first saw them. I was like, it's Xteen, right? No, it's Christine. I'm like, so it's one of those don't know unless you know. Don't know until you know. Whatever. It is what it is. So, but that is very interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of groups that I don't really get the premise. I don't get the concept. I think you're just making it harder for people to find you. It kind of goes with rule 3 of idol. Let's not make any money, because that seems to be the point of a lot of idol groups, is to not be profitable. And but whatever. I don't know. I don't really care about that group anymore. I don't care about anything they're doing. All love and power to their members. Their members are great, and I wish them nothing but the best. But I could care less about them. They're part of a world in this idol world. Like, they're part of a corner of the idol world that I used to be part of. I'm not anymore, and I'm happy that I'm not, because it's not really a place I felt I belonged. I'm right where I need to be. I'm right where I should be, which is Akihabara, like, small venues, like, anything goes. Like, there's so many groups that, like, people like today in the Gaijin world, they don't even realize they're liking. There are these really, really old school groups that have this old school mentality that none of the groups that I'm around these days even think like it's, creating, having a huge wall between you and your fans and all this other garbage. And it's just, I don't know, I'm over it. It's not the world I want to live in, and I see that there's plenty of people that are okay with the new world that I'm part of, and I'm happy about it. And there's just a lot of groups that aren't part of that world, and it's, they think it's okay to not be nice to people, and to do things that they shouldn't be doing towards people, as far as like treating them with respect. And I don't know. That's a whole other thing. I'm not saying Christina. I'm not talking about them. I'm just saying in general. In general, it's too much to even get into. I don't want to get into it. It's too much political bullshit. But it's just stuff here that when you're here, you shake your head at, 'cause you're just like, man, grow the fuck up. But then me too. Again, I'll point the finger right at me and say that they could probably say the same thing about me. I don't know. I'm going way off on a tangent. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about, and I'll just leave it at that. Oh, congratulations on your early Christmas package, Michelle. That's wonderful. Happy you got that. That's a heck of an order. Why? And you always order so much from Idol Underworld too, so thank you. Speaking of you, I just sent out 2 posters for you. You'll be getting posters really, really, really soon. I hope. Your other stuff, I'm just gonna save like you asked me to. But yeah, the posters, I mean, they're gonna be sent separately in a package anyways. So I sent them today actually. So enjoy the posters. You got a Flowers of Passion poster for Chihiro. I was like, wow, that's one I haven't seen anybody order. But it got me thinking about what I wanted to do today, which was to talk about and show you guys some of the more rare items I have, and see if you guys would be interested in checking them out. Yeah, CD Japan's kind of like my big rival. Let's not talk about them, because they take a lot of money from me. Because people have found out, oh, I can order stuff from CD Japan. I don't need Idol Underworld, and then that just screws me. So I would prefer if you buy from me. Unless you can't get the stuff from me, then go buy from them. But if you can buy from me, buy it from me. No, I'm just kidding. I say buy from me because I give a hell of a lot back to the idols. So, and I can't say the same about a lot of these other places. I give pretty much all of it to the idols. I mean, I keep very little. So, if you're doing stuff with me, you're directly contributing to the idols, like, more than any other place, pretty much, unless they do it themselves. Hey, I have a Chihiro flower. Ah, that's great, and I'm glad you do. I have one too, except not up. I have one of the posters up on my wall, but it's one of Benny, because I like Benny's poster a lot. And also, me and Benny have been we've kept our good relationship as far as working goes intact since day one. And I've never had a single problem with her. Never had any issues with her. She's always super cool with me. So yeah. Don't say never. I mean, Die 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 is probably not in my reach, because they just ignored my request to work with them. Inuasi, so I haven't heard anything back from them, so I don't know. I would like to work the Inuasi though, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. They're part of an upper echelon of idols that I very rarely see or am part of. You start hanging posters on the ceiling. That's one way of doing it. I knew a girl who actually would hang up all these posters of Nine Inch Nails on her ceiling, because she was obsessed with Nine Inch Nails and had so many posters from Nine Inch Nails that she had no more room. So she started doing it on the wall. I mean, I might have to do that too, because I have very limited wall space here, and I don't like putting stuff back there because it's right next to the bed. But In the office, which is the next room over, it's the office. There's just tons of posters up and other stuff. One of the things I do is I keep all the laminates that I get, the stickers that they put on my passes at some of these venues, and if I get one and I keep it, I put it on my wall. So I have like, I don't know, a couple hundred of them up there. So that's kind of a nice reminder of my past. Like I can look at each one and be like, oh, I know what that show was out. It like what it was about and stuff. Like it brings back a lot of memories. So it's always very cool. So yeah. So that being said, Michelle, do you have any other questions? Is there anything else you would like to discuss right now before I get into the main stuff I wanted to talk about today? Eh, sorry, I have no idea what just happened here. Yeah, what the hell? Eh? Sorry, some weird stuff. Anyways, yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Let me know what you guys are, if you guys want to talk about anything or there's anything going on. I am like really, 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 really happy to discuss anything with you guys, anything at all. Really, it's nothing's very, very little is off the table when it comes to that stuff. Just because I really like, just talking about all this stuff. So, oh, this is so weird. I don't know what happened here. Okay, there we go. That works. All right. Hopefully you guys are doing good. And Michelle, I hope you're ready for Christmas. I hope life is good there. I think Michelle's looking at all his stuff at CD Japan. He's probably lost interest in what I'm doing, which I don't blame you. It's like, like you said, getting an early Christmas gift. I mean, that's definitely fun. Yeah, it's all good. I was just asking. Okay, so uh, two things I wanted to talk about. Number one is, of course, Miho's online Chiki session will be coming up on the 16th. That's Thursday. Um, we will be making some very special announcements that day, so I want you guys to tune in if you have a minute, and definitely, of course, you're welcome to ask Miho whatever questions you want, and I'll do my best to translate, as well as also we have maybe some new stuff that we're going to be offering everybody. We have certainly some ideas about stuff we're going to be doing, and I just like to talk about all that with you guys at that time. But also our goal is to get to 200 check-in. We are nowhere near that amount, so I know everybody likes to wait to the last moment to buy check-in in most cases, but this is one where I'm getting a little nervous. So just letting everybody know. And I'm saying this more for the people that might watch this later in the archive or whatever. If you're interested in, supporting Miho and giving her a Christmas gift per se, it would be great to get to 200 Checky for that, because it'd also be extremely helpful on a lot of other levels. Plus, for her birthday live, I don't know if you guys have anything you guys are interested in doing, like buying the flowers for her, which is typically what fans do, or perhaps, have any kind of surprise for her. Um, I would love it if you guys organized and got something for me, preferably soon, because January 9th will be here before you know it. But I would like to get that all organized and figured out. So please, if you want to give her some support on her birthday, that would be really, really, really appreciated, and we'd be very grateful if you did that. So, yes, the December Gravure Checky. We are going to do the Santa Gravure. We were waiting to get the outfit, which it came, so I have it. It's pretty wow. I don't even know if she can wear it, like, because it's so wow. Like, so she looked at it and examined it. We were kind of testing it out to see, but she didn't like put it on or anything. But we're putting it on over her clothes, and it looks like it can work. But she's so tiny, and I mean, just to get Gravure stuff, it's all meant for women. And she's got her body's very small, so it's just so big on her that I'm not sure it's going to work. Because it's basically two pieces of string, I swear. But the top part is I don't know if it's gonna go cover everything correctly. So we're gonna have to wait and see. But we have a backup plan if that doesn't work. But that's gonna be I think we're gonna take the Gravure Ticky on Thursday morning. So we might offer that later at night. I don't know. It depends how that shoot goes, how many checky I have to take in general for her on that day. She seems up for it though. She seems like she's in good spirits to do it. So it'll be nice. It'll be fun to do a Santa Gravier. I'm very excited to actually do that because that's always a good time. So I'm gonna be doing that, and then hold on. Speaking of Neil, sorry. How many checky does a standard film roll hold? Well, typically the cartons it's 10 checky. Um, but when you buy the packages, hold on, I'll actually show you. Give me 1 second. So basically, how it works is you can buy this box, okay? It's Instax Mini. And so it always comes with 2 cartons, and each carton has 10 checky. So every box is 20 checky. One of these is about $15. You can get them a little bit cheaper depending on where you go, if it's on sale. But lately, because of the pandemic, these are becoming very hard to find. So it's been very little rough. You can get single boxes where it's only 10 checky, but no one gets those. Everybody just buys these. Very rarely see a 10 pack. Everyone gets the two because you're going to use them. So I go through, hundreds of these, hundreds of checky a month just in general for various things. So, for example, Zwark, that was almost 80 checky. Miho, if we get 200, I'll be getting quite a few of these boxes. You buy them usually at Don Quixote or Donkey. You buy it at the Donkey. You can buy it at Big Camera. Donkey's a little bit cheaper than most places. I found it for as much as $11 there, give or take. I mean, after you do the conversion with yen, it's around 11 US dollars. But mostly they tend to be 15. They keep going up, so it's getting to be a little more expensive, which means I'm making way less money on my end because I pay for this checky. I never make the idols pay, so that's been a little complicated. But that being said, it's my favorite thing in the world to do, so whatever. The bigger groups like Juju, Ibeck, they order those by the cartons, like boxes. They order big, huge brown boxes full of these 2 packs. I mean, so because they run through thousands of checky per show. I mean, it's unreal how many checky those groups go through. So they order from Amazon. You can get them. I mean, you don't really get a discount if you order from Amazon, but it's almost assured way you can actually find them. The problem is you have to wait for them to arrive. Sometimes that can take a while, although not necessarily all the time. But anyways, yeah, the Grab Your Checky we're gonna take it one way or the other. Probably like I said on Thursday, whether or not she's gonna wear the outfit I got, we might do a mix of that outfit and something else because again, I don't know if she's going to be able to fit into it properly without it not working to the effect I want it to work on her body. So we'll see. It's just going to depend. It's going to depend on how she's feeling and, what we think. And then also, too, it's pretty X rated. So I have to figure out how to do that and still keep her out of that world, if that makes sense, because it's Gravier, it's not porn. So, we're neither one of us want to do that, or we're not interested in that either. So it's just towing that line. But I thought it'd be a good one. I thought it'd be interesting to do. So, anyways, yes. So Miho's birthday. Um, hold on, that's Miho. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Miho's birthday. I would love for you guys to, come up with something, an idea, a plan, anything. It's all good. Anything's okay. So if you guys want to really help out with that, it would be deeply appreciated. Um, it's her birthday. Christmas and birthday are two events to me that I take personally and hope that people will also take personally and help. It's like me and you were talking earlier, Peter. Like me and you, like we like giving stuff, and so I want to see Miho have a great, um, a great time. So yeah, we'll see. Anyways, hold on, give me 1 second. How many? Oh, you already asked that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about. So the second thing I wanted to discuss was I was doing some spring cleaning and well, spring cleaning, that sounds wrong. We're in winter, right? Uh it's gonna be 2022, and I thought it'd be cool to go through some of the old stuff I have, and particularly the more rare items or just items in general that have kind of been sitting on the shelf, haven't really been moving. There's not that much. I mean, weirdly enough, people buy all kinds of stuff, and yeah, that's sounds about right, I think. Checky film can get pretty expensive, but that's just the name of the game. I mean, it's just how it is. Um, but I mean, it's the lifeblood of Idol. Without Checky there, I don't even know if there would be an Idol world because that's what everybody does. So I don't know how we'd make money without it. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying, like, so weirdly enough, a lot of people go on Idol Underworld and they buy like a lot of stuff, which is pretty cool. Random stuff. Like today, I had quite a bit of orders, not quite a bit, but I had somebody order quite a bit of stuff that was like really making me have to dig through a lot of stuff I had. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool because I like when I see older stuff that doesn't necessarily move, like leave the shelf. It's pretty cool. But I wanted to go through just a couple things and see, put it up here. And again, this is also more for the people that are going to watch this later. Maybe I'm hoping it will inspire you to go to Idol Underworld and make some Christmas purchases, because I'd like to get the stuff out of the Idol Underworld office, and more importantly, I like to get it in your hands because it's very rare and special stuff, and it's also stuff I think is cool. So we'll start off right away with so I don't know, we did this a couple months ago. Miho did these buttons. This isn't the recent buttons, but these are buttons that were made from a fan who gave these to me, and I just love them. The background on this particular one, I think, is like purplish, purple blue. Um, it's like our very first like real big button thing, and there's a very limited amount of these. We don't have a whole bunch, so this is kind of going to be a collector's item for her over the years if she continues. And I wanted to just kind of show we still got a decent amount left, if I'm not mistaken. I think we do, but these would be this would be a nice little token to pick up for Miho, that would help her. So I would highly encourage you guys to check this out. And if that's something that you're interested in, like I said, there's other versions too. There's a black version and there's a red version, with some interesting imagery behind it. The person who made this is really talented. He knows what he's doing. I like the quality of this. He recently also made Miho's the I am Jack pin, which glows in the dark. I didn't even know it glowed in the dark. I mean, I think he told me, but I totally forgot. But then he recently put that up on Twitter, and everyone was like, "Wow," including Miho. Miho was like, "I didn't even know that." So he puts a lot of time and effort into the stuff he does, and it's handmade. Each one of these is handmade. This isn't in some factory process. That also to me makes it very special, that you're getting something that somebody took the actual time to sit there, construct, and make. I mean, how cool is that? I really support people that do that kind of thing. And he's an amazing person named Simon. He's so incredible. He's such a good dude. So this is something I would encourage you guys to check out. Okay. Next, I have to do it. Hamada System down. Their album down. Now Hamada System isn't around anymore. Unfortunately, um, it's one of the biggest tragedies of the idol world as far as I'm concerned with this group like disappearing. They were a whole other group prior to these two, you know, doing Hamada System, but you know, the music is intact. This album, Lifeblood, I can't tell you how many nights I have listened to this album. I've cried to this album. Yeah, it's fantastic. The title song Down it's unreal. It's unfucking believable. The writer of this, who I know, is such a genius. He's one of those like otaku types, like real fucking in the room with his guitar types. Yeah, really reverse is definitely not Hamada System. I've seen them. I have no problem with them. I like them. I want to get them on Idol Underworld, but they've played that dance with me for a year now, and I'm just kind of over it. It's like they want to join, great. The door is always open. I asked them to play my Tansai. They, of course, didn't get back to me. Um, but I like them. I like their producer manager guy. I don't have a problem with like at all. Like he's not a bad dude at all. And also, you know, he let me work with Hamada System. So this is one of my dreams. Like I love this group with all my heart. And I was at their very last show. You know, I was at their very, very, very last show with tears in my eyes as I heard them perform just about every fucking song. And it was a wonderful final show. And they did such a good job. And I remember that feeling of just being completely overwhelmed with emotion. And they do that. This is a case of idol group not doing idol. Like their music, you can do mixing too, but it's hard. But it's a case of a really creative guitarist and musician using idol to display his creativity and not necessarily just make a cookie cutter idol song. There's not one cookie cutter idol song on this album. So Down is, I have lots of these still, unfortunately. Although they did do pretty well. I did sell quite a few on the site. They did real well. It was hot when I got it, but obviously it's not anymore. So I would like to throw back to them. I'd like to see some orders for Hamada Systems Down CD. It's definitely worth your time. If you want a good chill listen, something to like, you know, if you're driving your car down the highway, especially if you're in California, you're on the 101, the sun's going down, this is the album you want playing in your car if you just want that chill, nice vibe. Or if, you know, you're with your boyfriend or girlfriend and you're chilling in the room, you're just like laying on the bed and you know, just having that nice like moment with somebody, this is the album you want. Track 11 is badass. I know exactly which one you're talking about. For me, it's Down. That song just gets me every time, and I like the second song on this album. It's really good. So they're all good. This is one of those rare albums I can listen to every single song from beginning to end. Usually, when I get an album, there's one or two songs I'm like, skip. Like even Radiohead. Like as much as I love Radiohead, there's a lot of their songs that like, I'm just like skip. It's too them, and I'm not into them per se. I like OK Computer. Just about every song. I mean, that whole album is perfect from beginning to end. But even that album, there are a couple songs that if I don't hear, like No Surprises, I don't care if I ever hear that song. Maybe because it was worn out on YouTube so much. That and Karma Police. But it's like, this is one of those albums I will never skip anything. It's that good. So definitely check out Down. Moving on. So this is something that I haven't had the privilege myself to play because I don't have a vinyl record player, but the Earth LP from Ochawans. This, from what I've heard people tell me, is really good quality. The vinyl sounds good, and I mean, I have lots of these though. They're just sitting there, and I felt bad because Ochawans gave me a ton of these, and I haven't been able to move really any of their stuff after I initially got their stuff, and I'm bummed because I want to work more with them, but I haven't even had an opportunity to go see them because I got their members checky. None of those have really sold. But this group's fantastic. I mean, if you don't like rap, it's like, it's just good music. It's like chill, you know, and it's idle in a very good way. And you know, Ochawans has a fantastic presence. They got great girls in the group. You know, talented girls. But this is a great LP to get. You know, so is it LP? Am I saying it right? I'm sorry, I'm not a record file, but I don't know. Check this out. Oh, you own all these things. That's awesome. Good for you, Peter. The next one, I'm pretty sure you definitely don't own because there's only one of them. But yeah, if you guys are watching, anybody's watching, I highly recommend this. If you got a vinyl record player, this needs to be in your vinyl catalog. You will not regret it, and it's cheap too. It's not even that much. All right, moving on. Maybe you have this too, Peter. Actually, I actually have a couple of these. But Mizuho Asakura from Baldurha and now Sakasama. Um, this is her photo book that she put out a while ago. It's not a bad photo book. It's very high quality. Some of these pictures are absolutely gorgeous. I don't want to go too much into it because I'd rather people buy it. But Trash Up, they never fail. Everything they do is wonderful. I'm such a supporter of Trash Up. Um, Peter, you have it. That's awesome. I guarantee you the next items you don't have because I only have one of each. So they're my most rare items. But this is definitely a keeper. It's definitely something I highly encourage everybody to get. So hold on, sorry about that. But yeah, and also it's Mizuho. I live and die with that girl as far as like my support for her, everything. Um, yeah, sorry. So those are just some of the general items I actually have a lot. Not a lot. Well, yeah, kind of a lot, which is why I'm promoting them. But those are some good rare items. Now let's get into the super rare items. So starting off is this the skeleton cat from Miho's photo book. It's huge. Now there was a smaller version that actually sold pretty fast. Somebody bought, but the big one that's used in her photo book, nobody has bought. I like it. You can pose it. It's got all kinds of craziness to it. It's actually pretty sturdy. Oh, if you don't have it, dude, you should get it. Again, I've heard from people that do have it because I like to ask about the vinyls, like what's the quality. There was one of the fans that got it and said it's like fantastic sounding, and also it's Ochuans, like they're pretty into that world, so I imagine they wouldn't accept anything less than awesome with that. But yeah, like if you see this, I don't know, what do you guys think? I mean, is it cool? Do you guys like it? So hold on. So yeah, but this is oh, hi Sven. Hello, hello, Sven. How are you? You're kind of turning in just a little late, but basically, I'm going through like rare items that I have at Idle Underworld that I'm kind of inspiring people to consider purchasing for the Christmas season, and also just because I want to kind of clean out some inventory in my office to make room for new stuff that I'll be getting. So, yeah, so we have the very big, very large cat that Miho used in the photo book, and I thought that was pretty cool. Moving on. Also, Sven, I was talking about Miho's birthday and how I kind of want to get everyone to start organizing what they want to do if they want to do anything. If you guys don't want to do anything, then that's your choice too. But I need somebody to kind of man that ship and decide you guys want to do the flowers, which would be nice. Even a small thing of flowers would be okay. And then also if there, like you guys want to do like a video message for her, like you guys want to do like a collection of video messages, and I could like play that for her. Do you want me to, is there anything you guys want to do special? Like think about what you want to do, because we got to get that organized now before January even comes, because I'm going to be too busy around that time to deal with anything else. So um that that would be something I would highly encourage. So okay, but anyways, now moving on. So there's that. Moving on, I have the shell from Uina's photo book cover. If you guys remember, yeah, you guys should put together a bunch of video messages. She would fucking love that. It'd be a big surprise. But yeah, like this is the conch shell. This actually was so hard to find the right size and the shape that I was looking for. There's a lot. I mean, you can buy conch shells, but this was a gem. It took me forever to get this, and it cost a fortune. Because it's real and it's not fake, and so um and you could still hear the ocean. Do you ever do that? You ever go do this and like think, the echo in there? It's like you thought that was the ocean. I was always told that's the ocean. Uena, this is on the front of the book. It had the purple ink coming out of it. I don't know if it's still, yeah, it's still stained a little. I think actually maybe not. I think I washed it off. But this is one of a kind. I know if I sold this, Uena would probably be pretty happy. So it's actually purple paint. No, I think you know what? Actually, I remember that day we washed it all off because she wanted to sell it without all of the ink on it because and also too it was real messy. I had to put this in with a bunch of other stuff. I didn't want the ink getting everywhere because I squirted the shit out of this and made ink just come out, and we wanted it to look proper on our arm because that was the whole point. So, but yeah, this is a rare one of a kind item. You can't, this was in Uena's hands, and it's the iconic conchs from the photo shoot. I say iconic like I've made like some kind of art that should be in like a museum. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyways, this would be cool to get rid of. And when I say get rid of, I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean like it would be nice to give this to somebody that would appreciate it. Okay, so moving on, I have the flowers from the Flowers of Passion poster that both Benny and Moe used on their posters, and they still smell amazing. They're not real flowers, they're artificial, but they have the smell that has never left, and it just smells good. I can't stop smelling it. But yeah, Benny and Moe held these. Mizuho, her blue flowers sold really fast, and I had Hanako's flower. I still have it, but it's like all bloody, and I'm not quite sure how to even send it because I think it's like a real flower. But I didn't know if I was going to sell that or not. But oh, you have the posters in your front. Thank you, Benny. I actually hung up Benny's poster on my wall because I really like that one from the flower set. I mean, I like them all. They're all wonderful. Izumi-san did great. But hi, Svendy. But yeah, so these are the flowers from Flowers of Passion, where the girls are doing this, and I found these at a really cool like mom and pop store here in Japan. I did some research. I found it. I bought all the flowers there because I lucked out and they had them all. Well, no, that's not true. The blue flowers I had to go to another store and get. But yeah, I have these. There's only one. I'd love it if somebody picked this up. This is a keeper. There's a collector's item. I also believe I have the signature from Benny and Moe. I have the wrapping, and they signed the wrapping. All the flowers have signatures. So the next one I'm going to show you is the wrap. Yeah. Here's the wrapping that has Benny and Moe's signature. So when you order those flowers, you're going to get Benny and Moe's signature. Extremely rare. They don't do this type of shit. So this is a keeper, which is why I think it would be good to get. Just go to the Flowers of Passion page on my site. You can get it. Also, I have the flowers from Lily Kaona, where Koyuki and Yuka, they both held them, and I don't know if you can see it, but they signed the paper right here. So these ones still kind of have a little bit of the smell. The other one's really strong, but this is another one-of-a-kind item. You're never going to see this anywhere else because, again, I had to search for these, but I was lucky enough to find a store to get this. These flowers are very, very rare, very special, and probably something that, hard to part with, but I'd rather them be in the hands of a fan than with me because they're just sitting on my shelf. So, and also I don't have the shelf space, so it would be nice to see these also get in the hands of fans that love them. And Lily Kaona is great, and their fans. I think this would just be a really cool gift to have. And by the way, if you get any of these rare items, if you get the flowers or if you get the conch shell, I will be shipping those not by JP Post, by Yamato Transport, because I don't think I'll be able to ship them any other way. Like, I'm assuming Yamato will let me. I'll have to ask them, but one way or another, I'll use a special type of service because there's no way I can ship it with JP. And so that means even if you're in America and currently you guys can't really get stuff because of JP's weird ban on everything that came out of nowhere, I will make sure you get it. So, and then finally, I have the most rare item I have, and the biggest one, is this giant freaking heart in a jar from Aku's photo shoot, and it has Aku's signature. She did a cool little drawing on it, which you guys, I don't know if you can kind of see, but the heart in the jar. This was handmade by my dear friend's wife. She does this kind of stuff, but she makes like little or like cute candles with this kind of stuff in it. And I was like, can you put a giant heart in a jar and do it? And yeah, it's huge and it weighs a ton. This one is going to be a bitch to ship, and I'm gonna have to really pack it, but I'll make sure it's packed like super good. But hi, Julio. By the way, all of you guys, you can watch the archive because I did talk about a lot of important stuff. So I want you guys to go back and watch the archive of this because there is some information for you guys, but I'll recap later. Anyways, good to see you, Julio. Yeah, so this is definitely my rarest item. It's my most expensive item I think I have on the site right now. As you can, I mean, mostly because the shipping, it's going to be too much. Plus, this took so much to make. I had to pay a lot because I didn't want to make my friend. My friend was nice and did it cheap, but not cheap. Like the price I have online, it's still I had to pay a lot. And so that being said, I'm really proud of this because the heart that's in it. Okay, there was only one I could find where I ordered it. Only one. So you can't. I don't think you can get this heart anymore. And also, when Aku, we were going to take the heart out, and we couldn't get it out. And Aku had taken a knife and she was stabbing it. So the top part of it's all stabbed, like all of the gel is stabbed, and that's all from Aku just fucking trying to get it out. And we just finally gave up. It's really in there. So this is a keeper. This is something could sit on your desk or on your bed or whatever. And if you put a light behind it, it's like it's beautiful. It just glows really well. So, and you can see the heart silhouette and everything. So this would be pretty good. That's the most expensive thing I sold. This has not been sold yet. Yeah, the sword is definitely the most expensive thing I've sold. Although Hanako-san might actually top that with something else she's thinking about selling. I won't get into it, but if she sells that, it's probably going to blow everything away, but we'll see. Anyways, that is the last of the items. I would love for any of you guys consider purchasing these rare things. Like I said, it's the end of the year. I'd like to clean them out in order to make room for the new stuff I'm going to be getting from other groups. I totally understand, Michelle. I mean, again, it doesn't mean something versus CDs. I mean, I understand the consumer brain. I'm a consumer too of things. So if it's not something that you can justify, then don't get it. I totally respect that decision. And also, Michelle, you buy every fucking thing on my site. Like, I'm so grateful for you and for Peter, all you guys that are here now, you guys buy everything. I love that. So this is actually also, I'm hoping to get other people to be interested in buy. But if you guys buy it, you guys would be the ones I would want to have this stuff because you buy all this other stuff. And these are like super prized collectible items. Like Nayuta Aku she's a legend. She is somebody I can't even believe I have gotten the privilege to work with. I have the most rare thing maybe she's ever put in her hands and signed, no less, here for you to buy. I mean, it's just if you know her, you know her history, you know who she is to this scene and why she's so important. You're talking about one of the original members of Abandoned. It's art with history, exactly. Neo Skeletons is fun. I don't know. I don't know if I consider that important, but it's a cool thing to have. I don't know. It's fun. It's cool. The flowers. I mean, those flowers were in Moe and Benny's hands. Again, Benny, original member of Vandit, an icon. Moe, Kiss Hug's main member, an icon. Lily Colina, they're just great. All of that. Oh, by the way, you buy all this stuff. Those that it's not, you're not just feeding me, you're getting stuff to them as well. The photo book from Mizuho. I mean, I love Mizuho so much as a person, as a human being, as an artist. She means so much. I mean, to me, she's probably the most important idol to ever walk on this planet as far as Chica idols go. Outside of Poor Louise, she'd be the next one. And I have her photo book, because of Trash Art being really cool, or Trash Up being really cool and like working with me. Or like I've said earlier, the down CD from Hamada System, one of the best listens I've heard in years. Miho's cool buttons that were handmade individually by her fan Simon. these are all things that I think would make for, you know, pretty excellent items to have if you don't have them. So that being said, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight was those things. Just to recap for Julio and Sven and other Sven. I was also talking about Miho's birthday. It's on the 9th. If you guys have any interest in doing anything for Miho, now is the time to do it. I need your requests. I need what you want to do. If do you want to buy flowers for her, which that would be nice. We can do you know, we can do the smaller version. I was talking about that earlier, actually, Sven, that button glows in the dark. So glad you brought that up. But we can do a small flower stand or just a regular flower carriage. That goes without saying. But if you guys want to do anything else, gifts, presents, video messages, something else, you gotta organize now, because by the time it reaches me here, if you're gonna send me something and it's not digital, you know, I need time because of Christmas and all that, and also just my general busyness. I really want to do something special for her. She deserves it. She's had a hell of a year, pretty rocky couple months there. Nothing better than a Seitan side where she's gonna get a lot of love, and I don't know if the Japanese fans are gonna turn up for her. She doesn't have many. But you guys have always been there for her. So that's why I'm looking to you guys to help and support, because I think you guys get it. You guys understand it. So if her birthday comes up, and even though we have secured a super popular idol to play, there's going to be a chance, there's going to be a chance that no one's going to show up. It's a morning live. If I could tell her, look, there's nobody here, but there's like 100 people watching the live stream, that's going to make all the difference in the work, you know, in the world. Yeah, no, Peter, if you want to send me the money, that's probably the easiest thing to do, is have me just buy something here. Or I can buy something on, if like you see someone on Amazon Japan and you're like, I want to get that for her, give me the money, I'll order it on Amazon Japan, no problem. Or if there is, well, like the flowers, obviously you guys can't buy the flowers, so you'd have to give me the money for that. Budgets for flowers, if you give me like $100, $200, I can get her a tiny little flower stand. $300 to $400 gets her a big one like you guys got her before, but she doesn't need that. I'd say a nice little, like, you always gotta have flowers for the birthday. That's kind of goes without saying. So a flower stand would be nice. And then anything else you guys want to get her, please do. You guys are welcome to send me the money. It'd be great. Or I can go to a store. She's hard to buy for, but I mean, if it's coming from your heart, it's not gonna matter. She's gonna like anything. Aku's your favorite idol? Yeah, she's my favorite idol, basically. I mean, not that I really have favorites. I don't try not to play the favorites game because of my role as at Idol Underworld, the fact I work with all these groups, I'm staff. But I mean, she was the one that has impacted me perhaps the most out of every idol I've ever been around. And Aku's such a sweetheart. She's the sweetest, nicest idol. I'm so lucky to work with her and have worked with her. Now that she was Coda Momento, I probably won't work with her anymore because Coda Momento has rules about that. I mean, I still sell her photo book stuff. I'm still allowed to do that, of course, because that's mine. But Aku, she's real. She's genuine, and she is who she is. And she's been very upfront about her battles in life, and it's one of the things I respect her for. She's told me a lot of stuff that I felt very lucky to hear. I don't know. I got a connection with her that, you know, and also I think she's probably one of the prettiest, if not the prettiest idol I've ever seen in my life. And in a weird way, like she's just got this, there's just something about her. That candle is definitely the ultimate prize for her. Also, too, by the way, Michelle, I don't know if you saw, but I also have her sweater with all the toy balls on it. That sweater, if you give me 1 second, I'll grab it. Hold on. I'll show you that too. Hold on. So maybe it might be a little hard to see. Yeah, it's hard to see because it's actually it's been in this plastic bag. I've preserved it. Most of the balls have, I think, have fallen off. Just because that's just natural. But hold on. Let me see if I can open it up here. Actually, I can't. I don't even want to open it up. But this sweater, you can kind of see a little bit of it. this sweater is it's you know, she wore this. I bought it for her. I picked it out. I glued every single one of the balls onto it, which took forever. And the balls kept falling off because the glue I used wasn't that great. And so as we were doing the photo shoot, the balls were just popping off, which was really funny. We kind of made it into kind of a cool little joke, but we still got the look I was going for in Harajuku with her walking around this crazy ball thing. I mean, right now you can all see the balls. But yeah, she signed it, I believe. So this is my only other major rare item from her that no one has that I'd like to sell to somebody, because it's, again, it's, you know, that was all part of her photo book. I don't know if she changed her name. I don't know what she's doing. I think she's Nona now. I have no idea. No Nama. No Noname. I have no idea. What did she change her line ID to? Yeah, I can't remember. It's I call her Aku, but yeah, I should probably call her no Namara now. Yeah, so yeah, I remember you buying some of those plastic balls. Thank you. And she signed like all like a huge collection of them, which I was very grateful for. But yeah, those are pretty ultimate as far as that goes. I still have some of her gravure checky that she did as part of the photo book, as well as the normal checky. Or actually, I don't know if I have the gravure anymore. Yeah, I still do. I have some of those left, and I have the two checky sets. I still got a bit of those as well. So those are all, those are all still available if you're interested. But yeah, I got a bunch of rare stuff like that, like little stuff as well, like a bunch of little stuff. But these are definitely the bigger tier items, I'd say. I got yeah, I'm trying to think what else. That's pretty much it. So, do you still have Hickory, Sheena? Yeah, I still got those mystery boxes. I have more than I would care to have. They take up a lot of freaking room in my apartment because they gave me so many boxes. It was like 27 or 28, and they're huge. So whenever people order them, I actually have to take everything out of those boxes and send them all in a bunch of packages because I can't put it all in like one box. But I mean, good for her to sell all that and give it all to me. I haven't talked to her management in months. Her management drops off the planet like this all the time. Like, I'll hear from them, then I don't hear from them. So I don't know what's going on with her, or if she still even wants to sell the stuff or more stuff. Kind of, again, I don't have time to kind of chase after these groups anymore. I don't, like, if they want to sell stuff, they know how to find me. I'm happy to help them, of course. I love Pikarin. She's so wonderful. Pikarin is great. Like, every time I've talked with her, I've been around her, it's been nothing but fun. But I also have all these boxes of her stuff that I would love, and I mean really, really love to sell. So that's the other thing. If you guys have not picked up a Pikarin mystery box, they're loaded with stuff. I mean, packed to the gills with stuff. So the price you're paying, you're getting, like, I think the one box, it's like $700-800 worth of stuff you're getting for like $200 or something. Like, it's like the retail value of what's in those boxes is way more than what you're paying, because that was the point. They were cleaning house this year and they wanted to, yeah, a lot of rare items. One of them, I think, had a phone charger that she signed, but I can't ship that. So it's crazy. The photo book, yeah. I made my very first thing working with Pikarin was to sell her photo book, and they made a deal with me at their office. They're like, you sell 100 of these, and we'll let you sell more stuff. And I was like, great. And then I did. I sold them like in 6 days or something. I sold every single photo book, and then I didn't hear from her for a year. So I was just like, oh, okay. But that's not Pikarin. That's the management. She's with a giant entertainment agency. She's like super pro level. So maybe the most pro level of an, like, she's definitely the top idol as far as like professional that I work with. But that, because of that, her management, they only got time when they need something. They don't fuck around with selling little things on my site. And also too, all of her CDs are tied in with like the record companies, the labels, so that she did them with, so they can't just give me CDs to sell. Because that was my big thing. Like, why don't you just give me a bunch of receipts? Well, we can't really do that because we have so much tied in with the companies, and the permission to get it would be hard, and so profit splitting. I don't know, but then they gave me all these boxes of stuff, and they have tons of CDs in them. So, I don't know about that, but it's okay, because it is what it is, and I'm more than happy to sell anything that girl gives me. It's all fun for me. If I don't hear from her for another year, it's fine with me. Um, I'm just very grateful to work with an idol who I really respect and appreciate, and I'm happy to help her. So yeah, I have tons of those boxes. Please get them. If you want another mystery box, please grab it, because I definitely could use the space. There's like, I think, 16 boxes left, and I would love nothing more than to see those boxes out of here. And also be cool to tell Peeker, and hey, I sold all your boxes. I think she would be, I think her management would be very impressed, and also they'd give me more stuff probably, because I'd be like, all right, what else you got? So we'll see. But I'm glad you brought that up. So those are all the rare items. That's what I want to talk about, was that. Also, it's Christmas time. The Miho's Christmas online checky session will be on the 16th. We will be doing the Gravier Christmas checky in the morning of the 16th, more than likely. So I'm sure we will be offering or showing you some of that during the online checky session. Plus, we have several announcements to make during the checky session, or the checky session. So you definitely want to tune in. She's around 65 or so checky that she has sold. Our goal is 200. We have only 3 days to do that. So I would appreciate if everybody jumped on that and try to help her out, get those numbers up, buy some ridiculous numbers. If you need motivation, tell me what that motivation needs to be, and I'll try to make it happen. There's going to be some adjustments being made to her Patreon page and mine as well, I think, to kind of make it more worthwhile. But as always, that's all feedback I need to hear from you guys in order to know what to offer that would make it worth your time to do more. I was thinking for Miho about doing like a tier level where it's special Gravier, where it's like you pay this, you're going to get something nobody else can get, and that would be super super edgy private stuff. I was also thinking about maybe doing, or like grab your bromides, or just general bromide sets that you can only get through her Patreon, like unique items that we can do that aren't too cost heavy. I have been thinking for a while on my, to do stuff like that. Oh, thank you, Julio. As always, thank you. By the way, Julio and Sven W, I sent out orders for both of you today. Sven, I sent out the majority of your VIP stuff. Just the only thing isn't in there is from this month. And then Julio, I sent out, you had a recent order that wasn't tied to Checky sessions. I sent out all of that too. So you guys will be getting stuff soon. So, sorry, Peter. I know that must be hard to hear because you can't get anything right now, but I'm going to be sending all your stuff later, so don't worry. Yeah, for the Checky session, it would be great to have. Oh, Sidoitsu, you're another person I sent out. I sent your package out today. You bought the Yukinon photo book, and that's on the way, plus another special little thing with it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys post pictures of all that online, and doing all of that, and that would be great. You'll get them. You'll get them. I promise you, Peter. You'll get them soon. Yeah, so I hope you guys will tune in, because again, Miho's goal is 200 Checky. We're trying to get that. I would very, 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 very much like to see see you guys really come out and support, promote it online for me, please. Spread the word. This awesome idol is going to be on Take a Checky, because the goal is obviously to get you guys your Checky, but to get new fans to join and then become good fans like you. So we could use about 10 or 20 more really loyal fans. So I'm trying to get 100 people for the online live stream for her birthday. That's a heavy price, or a heavy number to get, but we need to get as many people as possible for that. Those tickets will be going on sale. I'm just waiting on the artwork for one of the groups. Once I get that artwork, I can pretty much get the poster done, publish everything. We have the schedule. We have all the groups confirmed. It's just I'm waiting on artwork for one of them. So because it's not somebody I've ever worked with. So once I get that, that'll be out. So yeah, everything is proceeding like it's supposed to. I will definitely look on Twitter later, Sven. Thank you for letting me know. And as always, thank you for posting that stuff. It's very helpful to me. It definitely draws people in when you guys post pictures of the stuff you got. It definitely helps. Peter has done unboxing. I've actually know people that have like done that. It's been great. Yeah, I mean, Chile has been ghosted forever. So Tenso works like a charm. They have some kind of interconnection thing they do that it cuts through all the bullshit. So Tenso's definitely good. I highly recommend using them. Plus, it's easy for me because I don't got to do the customs for them, and it's awesome. That's another weird thing about Tenso. They don't require me to do customs. So when you guys order and it goes to a Japanese address, they must do it, and it always gets through. It's pretty interesting. You're absolutely right. Miho is down to do just about anything. Um, she is definitely a people pleaser. So, definitely, Miho is somebody who, if you ask her to cut off her arm in order to save you, she probably would. I'm not even making that up. She's an angel. I mean, she's really a unique human being. I'm not even talking as an idol, as a person. She's like that in real life. That's not an act. So, I'm very lucky to work with somebody like her who's very respectful and kind, and that's her mo all the time. So I that's why I want to get back to her the most because she deserves it the most. I mean, the karma that that girl has built up, she needs. I just want to give it all back to her and make her know that she's beloved. So please, guys, organize what you're going to do for her. Like I said, if you guys want to do a video message for her, you want to buy her something, you want to give me the money to buy her something here, and then don't forget the flowers. You guys gotta get that money to me soon so I can make the order for the flowers. um I would really be grateful if you guys did all that. I'd like Miho in one piece as well. I don't know how appealing the gravure and the other images she puts out would be if she only had like half of an arm and there was a bloody stump there, So I don't think she'd like that either. But no, I'm just kidding. That'll hopefully never happen to her. I wish her nothing but long life and happiness, whatever she ends up doing after this. But for now, we're working hard. We're working on new songs. I got a lot of songs coming in. What's up, Eric? How are you, man? You can watch the archive later, and I highly encourage you to do that because there was a lot of information being put out on this, and I want you to hear it. So please go back and listen. Um, yeah, I agree with you, Sido. It's everything's expensive these days. All the shipping, this is not a good time to be ordering stuff in mail order, unfortunately. When the pandemic hit, it's like good for me in one sense because I don't have a lot of competition for what I'm doing per se because there's not a lot of people that you guys can't come over and buy stuff at the idols their concerts. So what I'm offering is a lot of stuff they have on their tables, but at the same time I feel bad for you guys you can't. But it's helped me in that sense, but it hasn't helped me because I can't ship a lot of countries because of the stupid fucking pandemic. So everything's been just jacked up. Prices have gone up. The Checky film prices have gone up. It's been horrible, but what are you gonna do? That's life. I think the best thing to do is make the best of it, and like I said, buy these rare items. Get the one of a kind collector's pieces because that would be super cool to do. Also, as you guys saw my Facebook post or got my newsletter post today, I will definitely I definitely have a lot of plans for songs and stuff. I will be making a pretty huge announcement maybe later this week. I don't know. I got to talk it over with some people that are involved with the announcement. But yeah, I will it's going to change my future for sure here in a good way, in a really good way, and for you guys too. But I also think that you know me and Mio have some pretty large goals that we want to accomplish next year. Putting out the album's a very big one. Getting her a whole other side of her music and getting that established is important. Playing more shows, getting more Japanese fans. Maybe another photo book. We'll see where all that goes. Julio, your idea is great. Acrylic figure, sure, I can do that. I didn't know if anybody would actually want those because they're actually kind of expensive to make. I think, but yeah, let me see how I can do that. It's a good idea, really good idea. If you guys want the stand up figurines, it's something I can definitely do. But I don't know if she's quite reached a level to that, you know? Oh, well, thank you, Eric, as always. And again, please help Miho reach her goal of 200 Cheki. We're really trying to push hard for that. Also, Momomo's Cheki session will be coming up after that. That's another one that's kind of lagging in sales. So, you know, if you like the acrylic figures, yeah, I'll ask Miho if she wants to do it. I forget where they make them here, but I'll figure that out. Yeah, if you guys, it's no big deal. Let's see. Oh, Miho, like a keychain, like they have like the acrylic on it. That's a good idea. Are they sturdy enough though? I feel like they would break pretty easily. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure. You know, I like those keychains though. The ones for Burst Girl were really cool. I think I still have or had. I had Mizuho. I have Barry right now. I have Sayaka acrylics. Sayaka gave me a couple. I think I have one or two. I think I restocked them. So the acrylics are always very. People seem to like those. So if the keychains look like, if I could do the keychains and they're like they're not gonna break, that would be good. I'm afraid to ship them. You know. Um, Keychains with a stand. Ah, okay. Yeah, let me look into that. I wrote it down. I made a note. This is good. I need the feedback. The more feedback you give me, the more I can give you guys. You put a display. Yeah, I mean those are really fun. Let me see what Miho wants to do with that. That's a great idea, Julio, and I can guarantee you we're gonna do it. So I just got to figure it out. For some reason I kept forgetting about the acrylic. I didn't know if people would really want them or not. Pricing those are tricky, you know, so I have to figure it out. Yeah, I don't know if I want to pre-order the acrylics because they're so small, you know. But maybe we'll see. They scratch if you use them a lot. Gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, very good. Again, good feedback. Good feedback. And the Miho's Patreon. Well, let me ask you guys that are here because quite a few here are Miho's fans. I am going to be changing our Patreon to include more tiers. We were thinking about doing. I'm thinking about doing a Gravier tier where it's like super sexy special Gravier. I mean, I don't know how much more sexy we can get without her taking everything off, but she's, you know, we can. I have some ideas for that. But I was also thinking about doing a bromide tier, which could be, it also can include Gravier bromides or also normal outfits and cosplay. Would you guys want a tier like that? Would you support it? If so, what would the price level you guys would be interested for that? Give me some feedback on that, because if you guys aren't down with it, I probably won't do it. But those are things I can implement fairly quickly, that they're not cost heavy on me, and they're fun to do. Make build to order ones. Build, what is that? I don't understand what you mean with that. Can you explain build to order? Not sure what you mean. Um, you mean like stand and then the acrylic and then you put it on there? Is that what you mean? I'm sorry. I would need more clarification what you mean. But yeah, if you can give me your feedback on that, I don't know. Or if there's any other tier options or things you want, both from my Patreon as well as Miho's, let me know. I'm really 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 happy to to incorporate new stuff to make it worth your time to keep supporting on Patreon, because that's been a huge help this year. And I just honestly, I would be so in trouble without mine. So yeah, it's, I mean, I definitely lost more people than I wanted to this past year, but that's normal, you know. Pre-order. Hmm? It's pre-order what? Can you be more specific, Fendi? Anyways, I would love to hear your feedback on all this before I go, because I think it's very, you know. Oh, you guys, you like the karaoke song? Did you guys like that? I know Sven's a big fan. I could make that a Patreon tier. Oh, you mean pre-order C2A2? We don't call it build to order. We call it pre-order. Um, yeah, I mean, I could do that, but the problem is a lot of you have to buy in bulk, or you're not going to get the price, you know. So there is a digital tier for her. If you order, I think it's a very cheap level. you get digital photos, and she doesn't just send you one, she sends you like 8 or 9 or 10 of them. She signs them, she puts messages on them every single month. I just sent out the digital photos for December to all of her Patreon fans. So that already exists, but what I'm talking about is like a special bromide set that would be physical, or I could also make the digital version of that. Like for example, if we did a digital, like a gravure, I could send it as a digital or bromide. You know what I mean? Or I could do both. I'd be able to do that. So oh, okay. That's right. You're not at me on page. That's fine. You don't have to be sorry. It's you support who you support. I don't take it personally at all. And goddamn, Peter, you support quite a bit of idols. So and Julio, I hear you, man. That's trust me. I This is not an easy culture to be a part of because it's very costly. I remember the very first time I went to a Yanamu concert outside of after hearing them and getting to know them, and I came ready to go buy all their stuff. I dropped like 150 $200. I bought every single thing they had, and I did Checky with Naracha like a bunch. And yeah, I was out $200, and I didn't have the money at the time. And I was just like, I can't believe I spent all this. Like I have an old school Yanamu shirt that it's the drawings of the members. I have a Naracha member one, and I got they had these old singles that were in foil wrapping. I still have all that somewhere actually. I've never got rid of it. And I mean it cost me a fortune. And I was just like, fuck. Like I wanted to be a fan of a lot of these idols, but I sure as hell couldn't afford it. So I just spent my money mostly on just going to the shows and doing Checky. But I didn't even do a whole lot of Checky because again, it was so expensive. I didn't know enough Japanese. I didn't want to pay like 1,000 yen to sit there and go, hi, and like not say anything because none of these girls can speak English. So I just felt really awkward. Now, of course, I wouldn't care. Even if I don't know enough Japanese, I'll go to an idol. If I was a fan now, even with like let's say I didn't know Japanese, I know the idols enough and I've been around enough that's like I don't even care. I just go. But yeah, this is not an easy hobby to have. Also think about it though. Every single yen you spend, it's coming back to you in the form of a product or an item or a memory, but you're making it financially possible for these idols to stay idle to do it. I mean, they live in the real world. Some of them have no support. Some of them have a lot of support, but a lot of them they're struggling just like me and you. So it's giving and receiving. It's that whole concept. But I don't judge anybody on what they offer. If you give 100 yen, if you get if you can spend thousands of dollars on idols, either one you're just as important to me. One isn't more important than the other just because you spend more. It doesn't make you more important to me or to the idols. Idols treat everybody equally. Everybody. Does that mean we're not grateful for somebody that spends a lot more? No. I mean, it's our lifeblood. If people that could spend more didn't spend more, we'd be fucked. Like we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So definitely spend it if you can afford it, because the idols need it. But that's what I mean. Like, don't have any regrets. Spend what you can, and enjoy it, and know that you're making somebody happy. You're making them be able to exist in this world and do the art that they're doing. It's basically Patreon set up for artists, for people that are creative. There's creative types like me. I don't even know how to cook food. I'm stupid when it comes to life. But you put me in a room with a guitar, and I'm gonna write you a song that I guarantee you nobody else is writing, because I'm fucking crazy and I can write shit like that. I can write stuff people can't write, but I don't know how to do normal stuff. So I need support. I need people to help me. Like, it's kind of funny, haha, I can't cook, but I really can't. So I need money to go to the conveni to buy, like, cheap food there so I survive. And so on and so on. And with the idols, some of them, I mean, they're in very bad positions with family. Some idols, they got family members. Like, you watch my documentary, you heard Chihiro's story. Her and her mother struggled how much? They have no money. And other idols I don't want to mention are in even worse spots that I know. So every single thing you do, it matters. It really matters. Trust me when I tell you it matters. When you buy a Checky and it's 500 yen and I get what I get out of it, that money, that buys me a bottle of water here. You know, that's how I look at it. So you made it possible I could drink healthy, clean water here. And I think that's what's really cool. So The problem with what you're saying though, as far as like the pre-order stuff is, for example, t-shirts, it doesn't work like that. If I buy one t-shirt from the printer here, it's gonna cost 20 or 30 bucks just for that one t-shirt. You have to buy in bulk. So the pre-order, it's risky because if I only have 10 pre-orders, I'm going to be stuck with all these other shirts, for example. I'm paying for all those other shirts. I've made zero money. None. Because those 10 orders don't even begin to cover what I have to pay to buy the bulk amount of shirts I have to buy. That's why I don't offer a lot of shirts, because it costs a fortune. That being said, I am going to be making these shirts, but it's hard, it's a huge risk for me. And then the other thing is too, um, some items you can do pre-order fine. Like CDs, I can do that all day long, and I'm gonna make my money back because CDs that's long term. I always sell CDs. People always want CDs, so that's an easy one. The checkies, that's a nice one to do pre-order, because I will 100% make my money back because the cost to make versus the cost to consume, they're just totally different. Acrylics, I don't know. I have to look into the acrylic people, what the bulk is for that. Maybe it is just made MTO, made to order, which would be nice, or pre-order. But made to order is so expensive to do for me as a producer. It has to be usually bulk option. It's kind of like photo books. I can't just, I have to order so many photo books in order to get the price way down in order to justify doing it. But on the other hand, I'm stuck with all these extra photo books. If nobody buys them, they just sit here. I got stacks and stacks of photo books from idols that I need to sell that are, again, clogging up my office, that I'd love to get rid of because I worked my ass off on those, and I need to make my money back on those. And like I would love to make my money back on hers, but hers hasn't, the least I've sold of anybody here. For the foreigners, for the Japanese fans, they have crushed it. They've bought more of her photo book than just about anybody. I think Hanako and Aku are the only ones that have touched that. Although that's not true. Miho has actually sold more than anybody, because she's had a couple fans that bought hundreds of them. So she's beat everybody. But I'm proud of that because she's the idol I'm producing. But the other idols have definitely come close. But you guys, you make that all possible. So pre-order is a little tricky. But back to what I'm saying, it doesn't matter if you spend 100 yen or tons. It's yeah, I'm talking about my photo books, fan. It doesn't matter if you spend 100 or a million. It doesn't matter. It all matters. It's all important. So never feel bad about that. Yeah, the Okinawa Saichan one, that's one that Izumi-san actually didn't do. It was like I had reached out to another photographer who worked with another idol group that I won't mention because I no longer really associate with them due to some stuff that happened with them. But I got him as a recommendation because I actually saw him work. I saw him do some stuff. He was really cool. It was before I had a relationship with Izumi-san, like a working relationship with her. And basically I paid for him, Saya-chan, and her manager to go to Okinawa and go right to the source and just shoot. But the problem is I wasn't there. So a lot of the photos in that book aren't what my vision was. But that being said, I didn't have a vision at that time. That's only the second photo book I think I ever made, and I wasn't doing stories at that time. Now I know exactly what I do. Matcha Latte's photo book is the culmination of everything I've done up to this point. Wait till you guys see it. It's amazing. And like I just finished the editing notes today. It should be done here real soon, and then we're gonna get it out there. But the Izumi-san, the only other photo book I had done up to that point was Himari-chan from Nechroma, and Izumi-san did that. Me and Izumi-san worked our asses off on that book. So did Ricky. Like we all, and Hima did too. That was a huge labor of love. But the Saya-chan one was more like me not knowing what I was doing and doing it on my own without anybody helping. Ricky wasn't helping me at that time. He wasn't in my life at that point, really. So I didn't know what I was doing. And so I wish I could go back and do that one over because there's a lot of stuff I would have done with Saya that's different than what's in there. But I agree. It's pretty fucking good. He still did a fantastic job with it. It's really, really good. And it does show who she is. I gave him a lot of notes. They definitely listened to me, but yeah, it's an underappreciated gem. I couldn't agree more with you on that. It just happened when I didn't have my rhythm. I didn't have everything in place that I was doing for all the other idols after her. After hers, I learned how to do everything, and I really shaped up. By the time I got Yuina's book done, I was like, knew what I was doing. Aku, Hanako, Miho, Yukinon, and Matcha's books have all been all me, and Izumi-san, of course, did her thing and always does stuff that I could never dream of doing because she's so creative and just brilliant at what she does. And yeah, that's another thing. Next year, I would love to do more photo books, but I literally cannot afford it at this point. So each photo book, 2 or 3 thousand bucks, and I mean, I can do so much. For the girls I want to do photos for next, photo books for, the ones that I have in my mind is well, the big ones would be Chirin from Senkyoku. I've always wanted to do a photo book with her. Don't know if that's ever gonna happen because I'm not sure if I could get in with Senkyoku because part of an organization that just has really done this to me the whole time. Like, just does not care for me at all. I don't know why. They just don't. Chirin and me are cool. Like, she likes me. I like her. Like, I can communicate with her. She knows who I am from the Gochasto days. But she does gravure, so she would fit my gravure requirement that I want to do with a lot of these girls. So she would be it. Neu from Juju or Chun from Juju. Neu would be one I'd really like to do her photo book. Will it happen? Probably not. They don't need me to do that. They have their own stuff. Neu's done photo books before, I believe. They're in photo books, like the idol files, at like regularly. I'd have to come at that with a huge budget and probably a lot of like a really creative idea. And don't get me wrong, I got a great idea for Neo's book if she wants to do it, but I haven't even begun to approach it because I feel like with them, I can't ask for too much right now. I mean, it took them a year and a half to give me Checky. It's just I don't know how long it would take for me to get them to commit to a photo book. That being said, I would crush it. If I did Chun's photo book, it'd be the best fucking photo book on earth. Because I know her and I know Neo enough visually from just taking Neo's Checky, and Chun's always next to Neo, so I always see her. I just know their contours enough. Neo would be good because she also does gravure. Chun, I don't think she does gravure. Not that I would care. I would be honored to work with Chun if she would, because she's so popular, and also she's me and her. I think we make a good team. I think I could do a really good job with hers. Neo, I know I could. We just have a really. I feel like I'm doing a really good job with her with Checky. I don't know how she, I mean, I don't talk with her. I don't know her, but I just know when I'm there and I'm taking her Checky, it seems to work, and her fans seem to like it. So I think that'd be good. But the ones that I really, really want to do that I think I have more of a chance to do would be Misaki from Seed's Pistol, Setsuna's sister group. That girl, she's half Korean, half Japanese. She does gravure. She put out a gravure DVD. She's perfect looking. She's a perfect 10. She's super sweet, super nice. I had an instant connection with her when I took her Checky for the initial stock that I took for them. Her management team is good. I like them. Um, Misaki would be a really good person to do a photo book for. And then the last would be Tsumiki from Also American. She also does gravure. She's also perfect looking. She's also somebody that I think would be a very interesting photo book subject. But I feel with both of them, they wouldn't. I don't know how they'd sell photo wise. Like, they're not mega popular idols that like have huge followings. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I just don't think you guys know who they are, and so I don't know if I could get like the idol fans outside of Japan to buy their books. And so that's why I want the budget given to me. If I got the money for it, then I wouldn't give a fuck. We sell what we sell. I can focus only on the art, not on picking an idol that has a little bit of market appeal in order to sell books to justify putting in all the money and the time I do. It's An artist always does best. They don't got to worry about the money. The money's there. They can just focus on the art. So if I get any money for these photo books next year for any of them, I will go full speed ahead and make it happen. I'm weird like that. If I want something to happen, I can will it to happen. I don't know. It's weird. When I really, really push for it, it tends to work. Not always, because there's a lot of stuff that hasn't, but you know, I can't wait for Matcha's book either. It's all done. It's beautiful. I wrote a story and had it translated into Japanese or English as well as in Japanese. Miho actually did the Japanese version. Me and her sat down and we worked on it together, and she made the Japanese story even more interesting for Japanese people. It is the biggest labor of love I've ever done. I had more props for that book than I had for any other book. Matcha went all in, like I've said, you know. Um, she I couldn't have asked for a better person. I'd love to do 5 more books with her because she just really does not give a fuck when it comes to like, I'll do anything. You just tell me I'll do it. And I love people that are like that. I love people that just go for it. Some idols, you got to really coax them. You got to beg them. You got to talk to their manager 400 times before they'll agree to let them smile. It's just, I had no red tape with much. It was like, what do you want? You want me to be naked? No problem. It's just, she didn't care. The problem with the combined books, Julio, is that I have to pay all those groups money for that. How do I do that? If I have 2 or 3 or 4 idols in it, the money breakdown would be so little for them that it wouldn't be worth their time because there's a business side to this. And like, while they don't have to pay for any of it, business wise, it's like, do I want to do this for a few yen a book, few hundred yen? Like, it's just, I don't know if they would see it like that. Also, there's Idolfile. Like Idolfile, although I wouldn't say that's lesser known idols that are in Idolfile, but there's definitely a lot of idols in there that I don't think would ever see the light of day of a photo book if they weren't in Idolfile. So I don't want to do another Idolfile. I could do it, but I just don't know how I would, like, again, money profit wise. I wouldn't make any money, and I don't think they would. So that's why I haven't done that. Because I was thinking of doing that actually. I actually wanted to do a photo book. Um, Thank you, Sven, as always. I actually was thinking about doing a photo book called Duo, where I took groups that only had 2 members and did a photo books with just a bunch of duos, like Lily Kaona. I don't know, just there's a bunch of like friends when it was just Aku and Benny. You know, just these really cool duos and put them in duo situations. I was thinking about doing that, but then again, I wouldn't make any money. So, and neither would they. So I don't like, if I could pay them each a stipend per book that would make sense, that they would be okay to do, then yeah, sure. But the collaboration stuff is hard. It's really hard. On the flip side, marketing wise, it could work because you're tapping into all these different you know, idol fan bases. And let's say the fan base for this idol checks out the other pages in the book, because they're not just going to look at the idol that they like in the book. They're going to look at all the pictures, obviously, and they see the other. I'm like, oh, that girl's interesting. They might get new fans. The marketing for that is really good. But the only way I could do that is, again, if somebody gave me the money to do it. If somebody gave me a decent amount of money to do that photo book, then hell yeah, I could do it. I even know the groups I'd want to put together. I'd like to do a photo book with like a whole idol group, like Aphrodite. I'd love to do all of them. Or Imomomo would be good, but it's just hard to do. Yeah, the inexpensive hand photo books are good, but I've always felt that I don't want to say they're cheap looking, but they're just, believe it or not, Peter, it's a lot of fucking work to make those books and then sell them. I know that sounds crazy, but I'd almost be better off just making the bigger books. There are idols that do put out those books, like what is it, Zebra Print here, Shimama Print. There's some idols that do that. Like I know Sari, when you know, she puts out those books, she makes all those. They're very inexpensive. But I don't like any, like, how do I put it? I want my books to be art quality, not just, oh, here's this cool photo book. I mean, anymore it's like, I'm not saying that's bad. I mean, Miho might even do that in the future. Those are really good to sell at shows. They sell really well, but I just don't know if that's the avenue I want to go with her. Again, you guys haven't given me your feedback. Would you guys want me to do a Gravier tier for Miho, both for regular Checky as well as like bromides, or do you want me to do an additional, like a bromide tier with Gravier as cosplay, a Gravier cosplay normal, just like maybe one tier for each, or one, or just one for Miho's Patreon or for mine? I mean, let me know, because I would really I will add it, because I am seeking to change Miho's Patreon to make it more appealing, to get more people to join and pay more also to support her, because that would be super helpful to both of us, and also for me too. But you know, let me know that. It's super helpful to hear all this. And you know, but yeah, Shirai's photo books are awesome. I do like them. I'm not knocking them whatsoever. I'm just saying I don't know if it's for me. And I don't know if it's for Miho because it's so much work to do them, believe it or not. So, um, yeah, I don't know. That's a good idea though. Any other ideas? I'm all here. Very, very good point, Peter. Extremely good point. They kind of felt to me, I don't know, like old school baseball collector cards, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Sven, you're not really big on the gravure, and that's cool. Like I respect that. Some people dig that. For me, I love gravure. I love doing it. I love just the whole atmosphere of it. It's definitely who I am. And I didn't know that till I started doing it like a lot. And now it's pretty much a lot of what I want to do. And also like, Miho's got the body for it. Like there's like she's got a perfect 10 bodies. So I, if I can work with idols that have the right proper body for stuff like that, I want to do it. Again, it's a time capsule for them. They're going to be grateful I did this because in 30 years when they don't have that body, they can look back and remember their beauty because there's something really beautiful about youth. There's beauty in youth. And you want to preserve that. And that's the way I look at it. It's just art to me. It's all beautiful art. And there's no reason like why be tied down to an idol's clothing when you can do everything with the idol and show it all as art? Not that I need to justify it. I'm just saying like there is some specialness to gravure that I like, but yeah, I understand if you're not into it, Sven. But yeah, you might be if you ever checked it out. It's pretty cool. Playing card size photo, really, like baseball cards, really. That would make sense. Ray's management are some of the most creative and interesting people on the planet, and they've always done interesting and creative and artsy things. That's their thing. They did it when they were dots, so that makes sense. They would do something like that. Um, yeah, I'd like to consider the playing cards would be cool. But then to me, it's like, well, it's kind of the same thing as a checky. It's just like I don't know. That's an idea. Let me write that down. Maybe playing cards. But I don't know if I'd want to do that for Miho. I'd actually want to consider talking to quite a few idol groups to do it. So if I could do like a whole photo card set of idols, that would be cool. Can you send me a picture of that later, Peter? Like send it to me on email or something of what they're doing because I'm not aware of it. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. They're like playing cards, like baseball cards. Um, there might be a lot of idol groups that might be down to do that. Like I might be able to create a whole set, like how they used to do like Tops and Don Russ and Fleer used to have baseball card sets. How cool would it be to do like a baseball card set, like 100 checky or 100 baseball sized cards of idols, and like you can sell them as packs and stuff. That would be interesting. That could be a whole thing here. Um, Actually, dude, that's a fucking really good idea. I'm writing this down. Sorry. The thing I know the resistance I'll get is they'll just be like, "Well, it's a checky." It's like I know it isn't, but they're gonna think of it like that. But if it's another collector's item, I know AKB did that a lot. They did that a lot with well, like for example, when you thank you. When you went to the AKB cafe when it was in existence, you got the coasters. Anytime you ordered a drink or food or whatever, they would bring this large tube out, and you couldn't see it, and you basically had to pull. It was a see-through too, but you couldn't see what was in it, and then you pulled the coaster at the bottom, and then another coaster would come down. But you would pull the coaster, and that coaster would be it'd have the face of an AKB member on it, and like if you got like a Maeda Atsuko, you could actually sell that at some of the shops in Akihabara for as much as like $100, $200. Back in the day, they were super rare. I had tons of them because I used to go to the cafe all the time. And so people when you would go to the like Makahari Messe, when you go to do the AKB like if you went to AKB's handshake events outside of the handshake centers, you would always see dudes and girls just laying down on the floor thousands and thousands of these coasters or bromides or special cards because AKB did all of that. And then you would just trade. You weren't allowed to sell or buy. That was the rule, but you could trade them. I can't tell you how many times I went there and I was looking around and they were so surprised to see a foreigner. They would just give me them. They would have stacks of them. And so like people like, who's your favorite girl? And I'd be like, oh, Tani Marka. Oh, here you go. Boom. Tani Marka coaster, Tani Marka bromide. And I was overwhelmed by the kindness of the Japanese otaku who would do that, even without being able to communicate to me. Um, it was pretty cool. Hold on, let me check out your. Did you said you send it? I don't have it here yet. Hold on. Okay. Anyways, I'll take a look at it. So question mark. Yeah, I mean the playing cards. I'd have to find out how to make them. Do you guys know anybody in the West that makes them? Anybody that I could talk to? Because this wouldn't work just for Miho. Like I said, there's some groups that I think would be really down to let me do that for them. I could use Miho as an example. Like I could make a series of hers and then show the other idols. Like, how about I make these photo cards for you and sell them? And we can pack them, like almost put them together in a package, like baseball cards. So you could buy packs. You never know who you're gonna get. I could do this. I could do that a lot, actually. That might be really cool. Hold on. Let me take a look at these here. Hold on. Oh, those are badass. Those are badass. Go Ray. God damn, I wish they would work with me. I wish they wouldn't be so weird about that. Yeah, those are badass. Those are really, really cool. 200. Yeah, I mean, that's idle. Oh, I live for the otaku like that because I was not like that, but you almost had to be like that when you were an AKB fan. You want to do handshake events because each time you went to a handshake event, a lot of them you had to buy a single, their recent single, to get a handshake ticket. So people would buy 100, 200, 300, 2,000 of those CDs to get the tickets. And then you just go to the handshake, you just use those tickets all day long, and you just keep using them. And I like that system a lot. I always thought that was such a great idea. I mean, it's the reason why AKB succeeded, because Aki P thought of that, or whoever thought of that, whoever they did, it was the most genius marketing move in Idol history, and maybe in a lot of other markets because it worked. Because every year they would sell over 1 million singles because all the fans would buy those singles in order to get the tickets. They'd throw away all the singles, like they'd keep one, of course, but they'd throw them away, give them away, but they would get those tickets, and not only are you making a good a bajillion dollars off that, but you're also creating this whole ecosystem of collectors merchandise and stuff. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, that sucks. Peter, I really like Ray personally. I've always liked them. Let me go try and talk to them one more time. I mean, I've talked to them 3 times. They don't listen to me. But they've invited, I've seen them at shows and we're polite to each other. But let me just see if there's any way I can convince them to do it. It's one thing for me to email them and they don't listen to me. It's another thing to confront them at a show, and when I say confront, like corner them and be like, "Yo, what's up? Let's do this." Um, because I know they would go over well with the foreign audience that does I don't want you to have to go through all this proxy service bullshit to get their stuff. So let me see what I can do. They I'm gonna check their like I gotta think how I'm gonna do this, but let me think on that. Um, I like this idea. I do like those cards. I gotta find how to make them, but that's actually a pretty amazing idea. I could start with Miho and maybe Kasami might be into that too. And then yeah, I'll see if I can get like a couple groups to do it, and then I can package them as cards. I think a lot of people would be down to do that. Like maybe I can get like 10 or 12 groups on Idol Underworld to go in on that. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, we'll go from there. That's actually that'd be so much fun to create like a baseball card culture, have like one rare check or picture of an idol and so on. Like, oh man, that'd be a lot of fun actually. I don't know if I can get everybody to do it, but it'd almost be like Pokemon, like gotta collect them all. That actually could be a $1 billion idea if I can get every idol group in existence to do that. You know what I mean? Like again, like Fleer, Don Russ, Tops Baseball did with if I got like hundreds and hundreds of idols to do it, oh man, that would be fun. So yeah, I mean, Ray's wonderful. They're great. So oh, hi Matt, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, no, the online print shops here are pretty hard to get into, but let me see. I don't really like a lot of the stuff that are done here, print wise. There is one place I use for printing the photo books that are here that's the cheapest I've ever seen. I mean, it's still expensive to make photo books, like good quality, but it's like cheaper than anywhere else. But I don't think they do cards. Fans buy them a lot. Met, what do they do the cards you mean? Like the trading cards? Do you have a picture of those cards, Matt, or could you send me like I want to see the back of the cards. I want to see like do they add statistics or information? Because the raid cards, it looks like it's a black background for the back. But I like the idea of doing almost like baseball cards, we have stats and stuff. So a very cool idea. But for Chica Idol, that would be really, really cool. Yeah, as in they have stats on them or yeah, as in they do it. um, Good to see you, Matt, by the way. So yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I'm wondering what groups would be down to do it. Like the trick for me would be to just to make it as simple as possible for the groups. Like I take their picture, put it on please do, Matt. Anytime is fine. You don't have to send it right away, just whenever. But I like the idea of going up to these groups, being like, "Yo, let me take your picture. I'll put it on a baseball card." And then making that look really nice so that I can put them all in packs and stuff. Yeah, birthday, full name, all their basic stuff would be pretty cool. The interesting thing would be too is when if they leave and go to another group, and you'd be like, "Yo, I got this Miho, or you know, Miho check your card from back before she joined, Imomomo," something like that. We need to find yeah, that's I would rather do the worldwide printing thing if it's cheaper, but there might be a way to do it digitally and make them here. I might even be able to make them myself, actually. I don't know anything about the baseball card business as far as how they make the cards and mass printing, but the key would be to make them mass printing and cheap enough that I could get fans and otaku to start trading them and wanting to do them, and then get enough groups to be involved. Like I'd start with everybody in Idol Underworld and just maybe offer it to them in a free way so that they would just be on board and then make the money later from when fans buy it in droves. Because again, I like the idea of putting them in packages. You can't see what you're getting, so you open up, you get like 6 or 10 cards, and each one can be a different idol. That would be fucking fun. That and you could even make it more rare and put a random checky of an idol in there. It's like a bonus. Like how you used to get baseball cards, you get like a stick of gum or like a gold foil one. Like, oh man, that would be fun to do. I'd love to create that culture. I don't know how practical I can make it would really depend on how easily I can make the cards without bothering the idols to basically take as little time as possible to get them on board with it. And then yeah, that would be fantastic. I would love to start with a couple groups that I know would say yes right away to it, and then go from there. Like I know Okinawa Sayachan would probably do it. The Seeds Pistol Girls would do it. Setsuna would do it. Imomomo might be down to do it. They'd be just quirky enough for them. I think. Oh my god, I can't even imagine what theirs would be like. Um, yeah, it'd be basically like bromide collecting, but in a baseball card way. So that'd be cool. Yeah, right? I know, I used to have so many childhood memories of collecting baseball cards. I used to collect them all, man. It was so great. Yeah, I mean, that obviously would be the best way to go, Peter. I totally agree. But I also really like the idea of getting a bunch all at once and putting it out like baseball card sets, and then it creates its own ecosystem where you guys could buy and trade these cards. The key would just to be get as many people as I want on, as many groups as I could on there. Random carding order. Hmm? Ah, booster. Okay, okay. Yeah. I mean, again, it's just gonna be fully dependent on if the idols want to do it and how much they want to do it and pricing and just all that stuff. I'd have to figure it out. And also the price would have to be pretty significant because I wouldn't make any money. Like it'd be a lot of work for me to make no money basically, and I'm not trying to do that. So hold on, Matt's showing me something here. Oh wow, yeah, those are beautiful. Premium card collection. Wow. Matt, thank you so much for sending those. Yeah, they're pretty freaking beautiful. So, there I mean, Japan is a collective it's a collectivism culture, and I'm also a collector, and it definitely appeals to the otaku and a lot of idol fans, like the otaku spirit. So, getting enough idols to do it would be the fun part, you know? Or I could just do it for one group, I guess, and make it a special thing. Like, make it like a card game. That'd be great, like Magic the Gathering. That'd be fucking awesome. I would love to do that, Sven. Really, I would. I actually had that idea before to do as a video game, like put all the idols in a video game. But then it's just, I don't know how that would work though. I don't know like how the game would go and all that. But that would be great. SSR cards, really interesting. Yeah, really appreciate that, Matt. Thank you so much. Um, I really like the idea of it being like Magic the Gathering. Kasame, like Deep Scream +5 Curse Attack. I tell you what, Sven, you make the game, and if you can make me the rules for it, I'll do it. I swear to God, I will. If you can come up with like the rule system and make it simple enough that the fans could get into it, oh man, that would be fun. That would be so much fun. It'd be addictive. I could totally see fans while they're waiting for a show to be sitting around outside playing the cards before they go in. That would be great. And then you get it like signed by them. Oh, fucking shit, dude. That's I would love that culture to be here. That would be incredible. I know, right? Can you picture like Kasame with like I have her like you did artwork like Magic the Gathering artwork. You know how they do like all these ridiculous art photos for their cards. You know, Kasame like screaming, it's just like fire coming out. Oh man, like holding like the spine of some poor otaku that crossed her. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, thank you, Sidoich. I really appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. Um, that's very kind of you to say that. Yeah, I like my brain spinning right now. I feel like a little kid right now. Like hard headbang attack. Oh man, that would be insane. And like if you made it like magic, like for to get them like instead of mana, you can give them like I don't know. Well, idols like to eat, so you give them like food, like give them food cards that boost their energy, or like microphone cards. You know, I mean, kindness irritates you. Mio, no, if we're thinking magic, Mio would be like she'd be the white in the white deck, and she'd be like the Sarah Angel of the idol world, you know, +5/+5, and but can heal. She's a healer. Yeah, or candy. Like you get basically have candy cards. You give them like some idols. You give them candy, they react to that. Other idols, you'd have to give them like something like oh shit. Some idols really like ramen. Like Miho likes ramen. So if you had like a ramen card and you powered her up with ramen, she would like her healing power would go up. Miho couldn't never attack. She'd be like only healing. That's fucking great. That's really good. That's actually oh my god, how much fun would it be? Somebody make up the rules. I'll do it. I swear to God. Yeah, she'd only be a healer. Miho doesn't. She doesn't have an ounce of hate in her body. So whereas Kasami would kill everybody. She could be like the apocalypse idol. Like basically like she has like special apocalyptic abilities or something. It'd be pretty cool. Sorry, I'm really loving this. This is a great idea. Yeah, like you could basically you have like a black white combi. Like again, think of it like Magic. Like when I played Magic a long time ago, I had a black white deck. So my black was attack, my white was healing. So yeah, that'd be great. Kasami reverses Miho's spell. That's so funny. That's so amazing. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, exactly. She'd be like a tank, basically taking all the damage and stuff. That's too fucking good. It's too good. What would Imomomo's power be? That would be great. Like Aphrodite, I could see they'd be like the dark, totally black. They'd be in the black set, you know. Um, that would be pretty good. I wonder what Imomomo's power would be because they'd be so quirky. They'd be like red or green or they'd probably be green or no blue in the in this game. Like I'm thinking like Magic. Sorry, but it's just that's my only frame of reference. But that'd be so much fun. Oh, yeah, the game would be absolutely insane. It'd be so much fun to do, especially if you got all the idols on board. Like if every idol did it, like you could have just so many thousands of girls like with special abilities and stuff. Man, that would be fun. Use guns, yeah. Eucharin would do her Opie attack basically. She her Opie, be like Opie attack, and you, I can see Enma using a gun. Hibiki is crazy, so I can see her doing like crazy, like mental attack, like Mayhera attack. Um, yeah, it'd be great. Drink out competition, yeah, drink out +8. Like they could just they're like you could give them like for power up you give them like alcohol. Oh, Tokyo Peon would be great. You for all the Tokyo Peon girls you just give them sake and then they would just get super powered up. Death on toilet. Hanako-san's would be really fun. That'd be intense to see. Like she would be like a super powerful card, you know. Yeah, second station, Tokyo PN, it'd be all drinking power. The more sake you gave like Mayana, the bigger she would get in her power. But then if you gave them too much, they would pass out because that's usually what happens to them. They just end up on the floor. Derek is the Joker. Interesting. Drink out +15. I can't drink that much. Come on. Um, I don't know. I wouldn't be in it. I would be an observer. That's really funny. Seriously, best thing ever. I'm totally envisioning this in my head, right? By the way, it's like it'd just be me having to get all the idols on board. I don't even know. So yeah. Oh, I was faster than Enma. Oh, you remembered that from my birthday. I think she let me win actually because that was the kind of the whole point. If you watch that video, she wasn't really doing it, but she can drink. It's super effective. Quiet idol tech. Haha. I wish I was a quiet idol. That would make my life so much easier. Instead of having to do all this, I could just be a cute idol and get on stage and perform. I am a performer, so it would make more sense if I was on stage doing something like that. But sadly, I'm not that. And I don't want to be Lady Baby. He already did that, and I don't want to dress up in a dress. I mean, not that I have anything against. I just not me. Not like I feel comfortable. Not comfortable, uncomfortable. More like I want to focus on being creative, if that makes sense. I guess so. Super effective. That's funny. How what would it be like? They get fan power. Like the more fan, like actually instead of mana, the cards could be fans. So the more fans you got, the more power you got. So that would be interesting. You know, you can use like 10 fans to like give you power. Yeah, Lady Beard. Yeah, I'm definitely not him. Nor do I want to be because Lady Beard has the size of his arm muscles like the size of my head. He's fluent in Japanese, and the dude is super famous and nice guy, super nice dude, but just definitely not me, and I don't want to be him. I really don't. Not that saying that in a negative. He's great. It's just his path and my path are just definitely different in that regard, and not in a bad way. Just he's doing his thing, and I'm really happy with what he's done. Behind the scenes boosting stats card. There you go. Yeah, but see, whenever I played like Dungeons and Dragons, here I am totally nerding out. I was the dungeon master. I never played, so I would be the referee in one of these games. I'd be the one like basically making sure nobody cheated. Yeah, you maybe can unlock a secret Derek card where like you can add me to any of the decks and I could boost it because I'm always cheering them on and saying how everyone's great. That would be funny. Fuck you, Peter. You know that's me. Oh, that's too funny. That is too fucking funny. Oh my god, I'm laughing too much. That the game idea is certainly a fun thing. It's certainly something. Let's start with the cards. Let's see. I'll do a deck of cards and see how it goes. See if it sells. But I'm being really 100% serious. If one of you guys writes out a game and it makes sense and it's not hard and it's basic enough and that I can make it happen, I would be totally down to start getting idols on board because I know enough that I think there's a lot of the Chica ones that would be really okay to do this. They'd probably think it'd be fun, you know. I would totally buy a deck too. I mean, it would be so much fun to just you get a starter deck, then you get the booster packs. It'd be so much fun. But I'd want it to be a smart, you know, a good something that makes a lot of sense if that makes sense. How do I put it? Like, you know, there's a game to it that you can play. So that would be fun though, guys. This would be really, really, really fun. So definitely think about it. And if anybody wants to make it happen. But I am definitely gonna look into the trading cards. I do like them. Those are very cool. Matt, thank you for sharing those. Peter, thank you for sharing those. So I have those, I have the acrylic stands. Um, you guys want the Gravure stuff or not? I have still not really heard a definitive answer on that, but I'll talk to Miho about that because I like doing that stuff because that's fun for me. And it's fun for Miho too. She likes doing it. But I also might consider doing it with other idols too. Hard to approach other idols about that stuff, but there's some that I might do it. Yeah, these are really good. These are good. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but I put up some random checky for Tokyo P, and they we all sat outside and of Akiba Colors. They were trying to sign stuff, and that was pretty fun and epic. So you guys should pick those up. Some of those checky are really fun. Oh, you just found your Hinatazaka playing card pack. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, the thing with the idol playing card deck, first of all, I don't even know if it's licensed. All the different like does somebody own the rights to the playing cards, like the images? Can I make them? That would be a concern. And also, I mean, I know 54. I know well more than 54 idols. But you're right, it would be kind of fun to do that. But what idol is going to want to be the two of hearts or the two of spades or the two of clubs? Like, I don't know how I can get some idols to agree to that versus like all of them are going to want to be kings, queens, and aces and all that shit. So you could get into some feelings there where some girls are like, why am I a fucking two? I could totally see it. Anything below 5 or 6, and it'd be risking egos. And I don't want to put idols in position where they're thinking that's their actual value. Remember, some of these girls are really young. Something like that could actually have an effect on them. So that's why, and also I don't want to just do playing cards. Yeah, Mio would be the Jack of Hearts. Very right, Julio. You're very, very, very right. That's you totally read my mind. But lots of aces. Aces would be cool though because, like, for example, Mitsuki from Imomo, she is the ace of Imomomo. So you put her as an ace, that would be like haha funny. Um, could be that, but then you couldn't have a game. Like you need all those other cards for it to be like a real card game. So, but good idea. Good idea nonetheless. Really, really cool idea all the same. You're fucking kidding me, really? Um, anyways, very, 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 very good ideas, guys. I really am loving all of this. So much fun to talk about this stuff. Really, really exciting, and I'm very grateful that you guys took the time to like spend with me on this. So, that's an idea. That's an idea. Sure, maybe something not directly related to the idols. Yeah, it's a good idea. But I kind of like this card idea you came up, just the baseball card thing. Like Ray's doing. That's something I definitely could emulate. But I even more like this idea of getting like a game out of it because that just appeals to every otaku that goes to these shows, plus me. So let me see. Yeah, okay. So I think unless anybody if you guys have any questions, ask it now. If not, I just want to do a quick recap and then I'll probably go here. But basically, I have Miho's Checky session on the 16th. We are about 65 Checky. That's not where I want to be. We want to get to 200. Please, please help Miho make that happen. We need it. This is year-end goal we're trying to get to. Think about that. Also, January 9th is Miho's birthday. So now is the time to give me whatever you're going to give me for her, whether it's money to buy something here in Japan or on Amazon Japan, whether it's the flowers that need bought for her live. If you guys want to do a video message and collect them all and put them together, I don't care. Whatever you guys want to do it now and start coordinating. You guys need to coordinate amongst yourselves to do that and get it started now. So please get motivated on that. The online checky session on the 16th, there will be some important announcements on that. We might be doing the grab your checky in the morning of the 16th, depending on Miho's schedule. So I might have those to sell and show you on the night of the online checky. So please tune in and hang out with us. And again, please get her to 200. It would be a great way to end the year. It's also financially helpful because I am starting in this whole new world of getting more songs. We do have some big goals next year, as you guys saw in my Facebook post and in my newsletter, those of you that received it. So I'm very determined to make all that happen. The other thing is, Thank you, Sudoitsu. And they probably only have those just because of what I just said, and because I don't think any girl wants to be the 2 of hearts or something. Also, the other thing I talked about today was the rare items I have. I'm trying to do some cleaning house in Idle Underworld, so please visit the site, troll it, see if there's some unusual stuff that maybe you don't have yet that you'd be like, okay, I can get it. Collector's items are the big things I'm trying to get rid of, and when I say get rid of, that sounds negative. I want to see it in your guys' hands. I want to make room for next year's stuff. Some of them that I showed before, I'll just show it now. I have, the Miho special edition pin that was made by Simon. These were all individually handmade. There's 3 different versions. There's a black version, this version, and then a red version. This I have a lot of still. Hamida Systems Down CD. It's a personal favorite of mine. I listen to this album even today. I listen to it pretty regularly. It's from beginning to end one of the most perfect Idol albums I've ever heard. It's just good music. This is definitely something you want to get on Idol Underworld. If you don't have it, you're missing out if you don't got it. If you are a vinyl record collector, Ochawan's Earth CD is fantastic, or his vinyl record is fantastic. This is a must-have. It's a good collector's item. Just good music, good rap, but it's also just it sounds good from everything I've been told. There is Mizuho from Sakasama, who was also in Betterha. This is her photo book that was done by not by me. It was done by Trash Up. But it's a very well done photo book. Mizuho looks so fantastic in this book. She just looks so incredible. I highly, highly recommend this book. And I definitely have a lot of them. They were kind enough to give me quite a few. So, and there's actually a shirt that goes with it. If you get this, I have the shirt for this that has the cover on it, and it's a really nice shirt. It's pretty big. So I would recommend that. As far as super rare items go, I have Miho's skeleton cat from her photo book. I would love to see this go in the hands of somebody. Makes a good Halloween prop, but it's also just cool to have. Miho used this for her grab your stuff in that, as well as the regular shots. I have, the flowers of passion. I have the red flowers that Benny and Moe used in the photo shoots. The cover of it is signed by both Benny and Moe. And then I have the purple flowers that were used by Lily Kawana, and they have also signed the cover. I have the conch shell that was used in Yuina from Mary Bad End's photo book. This is a real shell. It's beautiful. It's one of a kind. I searched my ass off to get this. It had all the purple ink coming out. We have washed the ink off, so it's pretty nice. But this is definitely a keeper. I have, last but not least, I have Aku-chan's Heart in a Jar from her photo book. This is definitely the most expensive item I think I have on Idol Underworld. Aku signed it. She drew some stuff on it, and then it's, this was made by my friend's wife who does this sort of thing, except she does it small little candles, but she made this gigantic thing. This took days and days to make. It was a lot of work. When we tried to take the heart out after it was set in there to do, I wanted to take the heart out for one of the shots. We couldn't get out. Aku stabbed it a bunch with a knife, so that's all there. This heart's very realistic too. It's not like a cheap heart thing. So, I mean, if you didn't know any better, you'd actually think it's a real heart. I could see somebody mistaking that. This would make a great thing to have. Again, it's a one-of-a-kind collector's item. Definitely the most valuable thing I have on Idol Underworld, I believe, at this moment. And I would love to see this in the hands of somebody. And it's heavy, so I'd have to really ship this. Really, I'd have to really carefully pack this, but I can do that. It's no problem. And yeah, those are the items that I was talking about earlier. So that's it. So if you guys can do some supporting, now is the season. 'Tis the season to be giving, and I would like you guys to consider that if you can, if you're able to. If not, no worries. Everybody's got bills, got the pandemic to worry about, got their families to care for. That's always should be number one. If you can afford it, if you can help, great. If not, don't even worry about it. Your support, just being here, means more than enough to me. Just that alone is good for me. But Miho needs the support. She's an idol. I would love for you guys to support her. Then, of course, if you want to support Idol Underworld and help me with some of these bigger ticket tier items, that obviously helps me. It helps the idols. buying that heart for Aku is certainly gonna help her. So, you know, it's definitely a very much a maru. It's a circle, you know, and I will do everything I can for you guys. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. The card thing was an unbelievable welcome surprise. So thank you for that. I will make the Miho acrylic stands. I just got to figure out where to get those, and then the photo cards, the trading cards. I'm definitely doing that once I can figure that out. Maybe we'll come up with a game. I don't know. That could be a 2022 goal. Uh, I will be adjusting my Patreon and Mio's Patreon to give more tiers if you guys are interested. I didn't really hear a whole lot of feedback on that, but that's okay. If you think of anything, you know how to get a hold of me. All of you that are on here, email me, line me, whatever. Let me know your ideas. If something hits you tonight or next day, you're like, oh, that would be cool. Let me know. You know, I listen to you guys. And then also, yeah, got some big goals for next year. If any, I just a final reminder, if any of you guys want to sponsor a live event, like Rokumeikon, for example, that I can put idols in front of Rokumeikon's, you know, manager, that could be huge for those idols, including my own, because you want to get involved at that place because Rokumeikon will invite you to go do shows and you'll get seen by everybody. Also, if you want to sponsor a show, come talk to me. I'll try to put idols that you want to be on that show. Also, I'm trying to do photo books, you know, so if you want me to do a photo book, you know, throw me the money. Like I said, the girls that I have access to that I want to do photo books with, I definitely want to do them. If there's an idol you want me to do a photo book for and you'd be willing to pay the money for that, that's questionable. Maybe I can do it. I have to have a connection to them. Usually, I just got to be a reason why for me to do it because I don't want to just spend. I don't want to be like a gun for hire. You know what I mean? And also, it wouldn't make for a good photo book. Every one of my photo books, I had a connection to the idol and my heart's deeply in it. I can't do it like that would just be a job and I'm doing this for fun as a labor of love, not as a job. So um but that being said, you know, you can certainly have some voice and direction in it if you contribute, or just let me do my thing and I'll make sure you get, you know, signed copies of it and all the other stuff that goes along with that. I'll make sure you're well connected, maybe even a private message from the idol, depending if they're willing to do that. So definitely consider that. And yeah, and and the karaoke stuff, if you guys really want the karaoke stuff to come back, me and Miho, we had a blast doing that. It was so much fun. And I can consider that as a Patreon tier as well. If you know, if you guys are willing to support it, it might be a little expensive because Patreon, the karaoke rooms are, you know, between doing that, all the time it takes for me to process the videos, get that out, it's very time consuming. So I have no problem doing it. It's just you know, it's not going to be a cheaper tier. So, but I'm certainly happy to consider that. So those are probably what I'm going to end up doing. And yeah, if you guys are, you know, if you can think of anything else, let me know. And I guess on that note, I'll leave you guys until Thursday. Maybe you might see me before. It depends. I do have a huge announcement about a direction that I'm going that I didn't expect. It's going to be a really good direction. It's going to be fun. I got a good feeling about it. I think you guys will be happy about it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's everything in a nutshell. So you guys have a great night. Have a good Christmas. Well, why am I saying that? I'm going to talk to you guys well before that many times. Karaoke of Mio singing Kasame's chord. It'll be, so it'll be that for like the whole time. That'd be hysterical. Yeah, I'll see if she wants to try it. That would actually be great. So there you go. You know, something for you to subscribe to on the Patreon. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, all of you. I really love you guys so much for doing it. Always a deep pleasure to have you guys on board. Thank you for continuing to support. I don't know what's supporting me, for just being part of my world. You make my world feel a lot less lonely because you're here, and that's something I can never repay. So thank you for that. And yeah, I'll leave you guys on that. Okay. So you guys have a good night, and I actually have, weirdly enough, I have an interview with somebody from Indonesia at 10 who wants to talk to me about idols. So I'm going to be interviewed for a documentary. So I'm going to be doing that. So I got to prepare for that. And then after that, eat some food because I haven't eaten all day. And then I have to work on Miho's birthday show. So I'll be doing all that. Plus, I have a new website that I'm doing that's going to be selling Japanese goods. It's literally almost done. So I'd like to get started on that too. So anyways, you guys have a good night. I'll talk to you guys later and enjoy. Take care. Bye-bye.